What's going on, everybody? Hello, welcome back. Friday, pre-Christmas. We all have Christmas in just 2 days, and Matt and I's Christmas specials go up those days, and we're both done and they're uploaded. So everything is going to plan. Good news there. That means I don't have to rush. I'm a little bit relaxed. Everything's done ahead of schedule. The whole deal. I put on the thumbnail for tonight, the Woods Runner, but I also have the TRX-6 here with the Ultimate Hauler, and I bought that moving Ultimate Hauler bed. So I was thinking I could work on putting that together. So, is Josh wearing the same clothes from the last show? I think this is a different flannel. Or Nicole just did laundry. I don't know. But as far as black t-shirts go, black t-shirts are black t. So, thanks for checking in. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm pretty sure this is a different flannel. This is my Proline flannel. I don't remember if I wore this recently or not. It's hard to say. It's flannel season. Are we getting any more trucks of fortune, Josh? Or are they sold for good? There will be more. I probably do need to put some up. I should check my messages. They were packaging more, so as soon as they can get them up, they're gonna pack, and then it's only gonna last until like New Year's or so. And then that's it. Then that's done and everything's back to normal. You can forget about anything fun and special. We've ruined it for all of us. Like we had, this will be fun at work. And then we just beat it to death until it's so much work. We're like, no more. So, yes, I should put up some more trucks of fortune or I'll do it a little bit later tonight. I'll go through. I fall, like, as soon as I walk out the door, my text messages, I just completely forget. Like, I'll check on these things later. So they were packaging some more today, hopefully to get finished, and then they'll go back up. Will the next Trucks of Fortune be free cookies or jerky with them? No. But I did go down and visit Gunner last night at Gunner from Satisfied Jerky, because he still had my Easy Up and some of the display stuff from when I went down to Southern California for Proline by the Fire in October, September. Was that in October or September? I don't remember. I think October. And so I was like, oh, I should probably get that. So I went down to grab that from him, and he gave me a nice little grab bag of jerky. Yes. Nicole checked in. There you go. Hello, Nicole from Kansas. It's warmer here than it is there, at least. It was 71 on my way home. I was like, this is bearable. I kind of like this. Now it's 49, but could be better. Could be worse, depending on where you're at. But anyway, so this thing, where's the kit? Kit. So I bought this guy here, which is a functional tilt bed for this thing. I ordered it when it came out, which was like months ago. And it took a little while to get here, and then it has sat ever since. But this is the 1/10th Rod Shop, and it's their kit. So it comes with this little 4-channel remote. It slides back, tilts up, slides all the way down. You have to do it through there just like normal, but you know, like an actual operator would. But this thing is quite the install, and I don't know if it's Friday Night Live install material. Feels like maybe it's a little much. That's exactly what I just finished installing. So I feel like I should just do this like a regular video, install it. I don't know. We'll see. Where's my mouse? I don't know where it went. Well, this there it's behind that wheel. Just couldn't reach it. But yeah, we'll see. It looks like a pretty cool kit. Mine did get damaged in shipping. I actually had to super glue it, but I did that all last night. I dug the parts out of the box. I was thinking about actually doing this last night, but I had to finish some editing on the Christmas special, and you know, yeah. When is VP customer service back open? Having trouble ordering a bundle? Well, the bundles are out of stock, I believe, right now. But you know, the otherwise depends on when they're, you know, because they can work remote, so that's what it depends on mainly. Otherwise, Tuesday, but I'm sure some of that will happen before, because that's a massive amount of work to fall behind on. I was hoping you turned the Trucks Fortune back on during the stream. Finally, I will. I guess I could turn them on. I should. I'm just gonna put some on because I know they got some done, and then I'll go back and I'll go back and check what the number was later, but get the rest of them added. Adding. Hold, please. Stretch. Thank you, sir. When is the next Beals Point Folsom crawl? January 7th is the next one. Adding stock. Hold, please. Stock. Go. All right, there you go. If you wanted to buy one, now you can. I put some in stock. There. I worked overtime. I think that's how that works. Austin Carson, thank you. Serious question. Are you a part owner of Vanquish? We're all part owners in our heart. Let's see. What? Yeah, it's freaking. I'm not. So I've got pretty used to this whole California thing, and I'm quite terrified of the thought of going back to this kind of weather. I am. So, you know, the like I said, 48 degrees right now. I feel like that's pretty bearable. Rob Montana, speaking of freaking cold. Merry Christmas. Here's 5 words towards the spicy Caesar tomorrow night. And oh, yes. Ooh, that actually sounds really good. Wrapped Graphics, thank you for your Australian, I believe. I believe that was right. Oh, yeah, that's right, because your kit got down there crazy fast. Like 4 days to Australia from California. Which was wild. Way to not answer the question. You're welcome. That is fantastic. Do you sell a complete toolkit with all the drivers? No, we sell like a metric tool set, a standard one, and nut drivers and scale nut drivers, or scale hardware drivers, something like that. And then you put it all together that way. So, because not everybody's going to do scale hardware, and you know, I guess you could technically put one of the nut drivers, the whole thing together, but you know, it's like another thing. It's just like, when is VP going to release a set of JIS drivers? Oh, for all of our Tamiya truck building needs. Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you sell or recommend a spare toolkit, 3M and all? Oh, like spare hardware? No, we don't. I'm trying to think of what's there's a K&K set that's got like a large assortment. And it's maybe not not like a spare, but it's kind of a great one for like the workshop in general. But I think it's called the Monster Bag, K&K Monster Bag. Oh, they have a Basher bag, Monster bag, Mega bag. They have a bunch of bags, evidently. But if you don't have like a nice assortment of hardware, like just in, especially sometimes it can be just as bad to have the hardware and not have it organized. So just getting a mega bag, and then you can kind of organize it by size in bins, or like where's my hardware? Okay. I don't know if we're going to work on this thing because, for one, it's enormous. Oh, I think I know where it is. I had a bunch of it, a bunch of spare tools and parts in a go bag for when Nicole and I went and ran the what you call it, our monthly mayhem thing up in the snow, and it was just yeah, it just yeah. I just bought trucks for it. There you go. Well, if you already had permission from the wife, that's you go through all the work, like, and then it's not available. Like, ah. But yeah, I use a Plano one as well. I use it. It's got 6 compartments on one side, like 6 longer compartments, maybe 5. I think it's 6 though. It can be subdivided, but I don't. And then flip it over, and then there's another 6. That's the one that I got, and I really like it. For the stuff that doesn't leave the house, or that I don't use as often, I've got some of these Cast King boxes, obviously fishing related. But like in here, I've got just different lengths of spacers, different sizes, different lengths of spacers, washers. These are actually like grommets. I have grommet pliers, M4 hardware, set screws, super shorties, some 1/8" diameter pins, little stuff like that. And I've got a couple of these. One for scale hardware. This one's actually just for Tamiya kit, basically. It's the different length of M3 hardware. I've got it labeled. And M2 hardware that you need for Tamiya. I actually put this box together when I was doing the RCPC. And I went through and determined all the sizes that I would need, and just ordered them in bulk, put them in this box so that I just didn't have to use any hardware that was Phillips head. Well, except some of the specialty screws that I couldn't get away from. But anyway, a lot of talk about screws. And let's see. All right. I have missed a bunch of them, but we'll go with the 1 in 20 truck is a truck of misfortune, and it's just an Orlando and with a cat turd. I think the people will be really happy with the trucks of fortune, because I mean, if you want just some good upgrades, you'll get that at a bare minimum with one of the 2 Phoenix options. But there's also a lot of pros and ultras that got mixed in. So it's there's some pretty good odds in there. And there were some sets that just got like the purple wheels just put in there, or the dark earth wheels just dropped in there, just like, yeah, there you go, even when they wouldn't have needed to, because it would have exceeded value. So anyway, Stretch, how's your Thermaltronic soldering iron going? It's the freaking best thing I ever bought. It's so, the one downside is that it's so large. So I don't know if I've got enough cord on it, but so it's this unit here, right? The soldering iron plugs in the front. This is the power button. So when you turn it on, the light doesn't come on here. The light only comes on when you pull it out of the holder or whatever. but it's so large that I leave it set up in the front part of the front part of my bench here, and then the iron and the holder both actually have a cord. So the holder has like a detector that it can tell when the iron's placed in there. So it all has to be plugged in. That part of it is less than optimal. But with how well it works, it changes the way, like, it changes your soldering experience completely. Just 100% front to back. So every single thing of it was worth it. And I can't imagine not having it now. And I missed a super toxic crawlers. Thank you, sir. Sorry I missed that. Hey Josh, have you seen the Masus Racing 24 scale Ripper Chat? I did. Like, yeah. I mean, you know, stuff is always going to get knocked off, and it sucks. But it's just like, I don't know. What are you gonna do, right? Like, it's annoying, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just like, I'm fairly good at compartmentalizing most of that stuff anymore. But, you know, it's still annoying. Yeah, it's really cheap. It's actual injection molding, not, actually, I've seen photos of it. I haven't like looked at it like super close because obviously it is a little bit annoying, but you know. Brian, sure, I like my $99 jigs with for those of you guys who didn't see Scale News, Jegs had the rebranded CEN monster trucks on sale that they released a year ago or so for $99, and obviously they sold out. But that was pretty wild. The fact that they were blowing out those trucks for $99. They must not have sold, obviously, and they were just trying to get rid of it, because to go 66% less, that's pretty wild. Thermaltronics 2000 or the 9000? This is the 2000 only. The 9000, I mean, they're both expensive. The 9000 is significantly more expensive. But also, I think I was reading through, and the 9000 does have a couple of nice little features, but for actual like application of the RC stuff that we were doing, I think that the 2000 was going to be like just fine. So that was the reasoning that I didn't spend the extra to get the 9000. Did you give me a Christmas present? No. I didn't get anybody a Christmas present. I mean, I was associated with people that Nicole chose presents for. I was associated with Nicole who chose presents for people. But this, what SLW hubs work with those brass Oh, yes, these did launch. These were released today. The brass knuckle weights for the VS410 F10 portals. So those went up on the website. I don't know how many of those are left at the moment because they went up quite a while ago. And yeah. So these, I think 350 is what you need to clear these. 350 hub. Let me check for you. I'm just going to, yeah, I think a 350 will clear perfectly because that's with it resting. A 225, even, I was just trying to think of like the hex offset and things like that. I don't know if maybe it would clear or not, but a 350 is what I'm saying. It's probably in the description, but it's been a while since I read that. Are they 120 grams each or a set each? Do I have my, I don't have my little scale in here. I don't think this one will do grams. Oh, I was wrong. It will do grams. This one is technically 135 grams, but this is not a final version. So this the logos and stuff were moved around. I think there's a little notch in the top because this was, like I said, a first prototype. So yeah, this one was 135 on my scale, which does go to 0. So see, right now it says 130. So obviously increments of 5 grams is what it's capable of. And I don't trust that scale as much as my like little one I use for carbon fiber resins and things like that. Will Incision 350s clear? The Incision number 3, I mean, that would be, that's only 20, it's 50 thou difference. So it should be close. I think with the offset of the hex, it should be close, but I don't know for sure. Who are they from again? These are Vanquish, the new Vanquish ones. So Vanquish ones for the Vanquish axles. What is included in Trucks of Freedom? Electronics? Nope, we don't do electronics. There's 5 examples listed in the web listing, product listing for Trucks of Freedom, but they're just examples. Like what will actually come in the boxes is not just put there. So good for plastic axles. They'll fit plastic or plastic knuckles or aluminum knuckles, either way. Make sure. So will replacement axle shafts be available in the future for the Vanquish Capper front axle? I think they're out of stock right now, but they're on the website. So Vanquish Products invisible ESC and a 0-turn motor. So Wrap Graphics, thanks for popping in. You can get, oh yeah, it's the middle of your workday. That makes sense. What are some good brass weight options for the Phoenix straight axle versus a non-rotational pref? SCX-102 knuckles, any SCX-102 knuckle will clear. So if you want to add a brass knuckle, that's an option. That's probably your best option for adding non-rotating mass. Is there a spring variety pack for the SAD shocks? Yes, there is. 3 rates included in it. A soft, medium, and firm. If I was going to try and guess the part number. So IRC 500 is the 90, 501 is the 80. I'm wondering if I jumped to 510. Guessing. IRC 500510. If I'm guessing. It's probably incorrect. Josh, get some Christmas Armageddon in your mouth. No! It's in the car, actually, Gunner. Because last night I was thinking, if I bring this inside tonight, I will eat more than 1 bag. So I just, 513, dang it. I was close. I was just thinking how I create the part numbers in the spreadsheet. And I like leave gaps. I'm like, okay, I need this here. I'll move this down here. 513. I must have had like plastic parts and things like that above them. I told myself no more trucks. Then trucks are free. I have such a hard time not saying trucks of freedom. That's all I want to say. Trucks of freedom. Trucks of fortune. Trucks of fortune. Do it as my... Wait, what was I supposed to... Oh, Armageddon? It is literally not... Oh, I do have a bag in here. I'm not doing it this early in the stream because it can take me out. I forgot I opened up a bag last... Was it last week? Sounds like a terrible idea. Terrible idea. Let's see. Just curious how many people are watching from the Bay Area. Oh, Bay Area RC Crawlers. I've been to that a lot. Eat it and no drinking for 5 minutes. I don't know if I could do it. It would just be a show of me coughing. Like, that's all it would be. Just maybe to end it. To end it, I'll try some more because I do like it. Terrible ideas are good ideas. Oh my goodness. Not ever shut up. I will absolutely just shut up because well, that's what it would make me do is a problem. BNG tonight. I set up multiplayer. There might be a chance. All I know is that if I do it, I'm going to not do it on this PC, and I'm going to go to my other PC and play because this one only has so much graphics card. And I tell you what, it does not like to hang with like 10 people in there. So yeah, and also BeamNG is on sale tonight. I think I still left the link for it in the description below. Not a sponsor. I just really enjoy the game, and if you enjoy rock crawling as well, or going fast, or just wrecking cars in general, it's so much fun. It's 20% off. So like, buy it. Tonight's code, my me belongs. God. And I think that Gunnar said, oh, I can't pin that one. I think Gunnar said that it was 15% off until Christmas. I think. Dana is out. Phoenix doesn't want to fail. I froze. I think that was just me freezing. I noticed they recommended 32 gigs of RAM, which I have 16 gig in here, but I have 64 out there. So like out there, that PC, that's my editing PC out there. So it's got plenty of horsepower. Do I have to put the www in here? Jerky.com code. Long. That is the weirdest code I've had to type in quite some time. There you go. Go buy some turkey jerky because that's one of my favorites. BeamNG, 15% off until Christmas. That's what I thought. 15% off. BeamNG eats PCs for breakfast. It can be a little like on this one as well. 64 gigs of RAM. What are you animating? I do CAD on both of these, but both CAD packages now are not nearly as intensive as they used to be. So in here, I only have 16 gig of RAM, but it does fine. But out there, it's like my video editing and all that. And I just want everything to be as fast as possible. So all the RAM, both of these are on M.2 SSDs, NVMEs, whatever, NVMe SSDs. And yeah, and then video games, which I don't do a ton of. But I will send Josh a picture on IG of what I got for the live after I get my truck for Fortune. Nice. It'll be good. So we had to come up with exactly how they needed to be mixed because they got assembled in a certain way. And then I needed all of the boxes to get mixed up so nobody could tell. And Wheels of Fortune, which I have another good story for. But Wheels of Fortune, that's easy. The boxes are like this. So we're just like, you just put them on there and they just got mixed and then they got moved from one pallet to another and stacked. So that was super easy. Trucks of Fortune, we had to use a big, like a 12 by 12 by 24 box because one box has to fit any of the kits plus the parts and things that we put in there. And it was just like, I can't let anybody know like the shipping people. It needs to be random. I don't want anybody, that way not even somebody I know can call me and be like, hey, can you slip me? Matt bought one. He's like, can you put tires or stuff in there? I was like, no, I get nothing because we're not opening the boxes. And then the only catch is that they needed to slit the box to put the packaging slip in. But I was just like, do not look inside of anything. Just slit it and put it in there. And just walk away. And so it should be pretty good. Really looking forward to it. No, there isn't names on these though, because they this time, to try and alleviate from it having to be me or Brandon or Fam, Dan, you know, everyone who was doing the wheel, like I came up with like, there's this combo and there's this combo and there's this one. And there's, I don't know, there's like a dozen or so different combinations. But I wanted to make sure that I could have somebody else do it that had parts that were compatible that got put in there. So you didn't get straight axles with a portal kit or something like that. It's like, but so there is no signature on it this time. Which, so, you know, that I took that part off, but it still has a nice big sticker on there. So if you want to pull the sticker off, you should still be able to do that. But we threw Wheels of Fortune in a bunch of the boxes, and we were putting them all together, and it was just Brandon, Michael, and myself. So we were sitting there and we were all just bullshitting about cars the whole time. And I don't know what we were talking about, something stupid, I'm sure. But Michael went to sign a box and he put like, I don't remember what we were talking about, what car, but it was like, maybe it was a GTR. So he signed the box GTR. And we're like, and he put the next one, and we're like, put TRD, and then GNX. So we did like, I don't know, 20 or 30 Wheels of Fortune boxes, but with car initials only. Like we just went CRX, GTO, GTS, GTB, JL, JK, just only letter ones, no numbers. So that got a little bit, you know, CTS, and we had TRX for the, not for the Traxxas, but for the truck, and SRT, just only 2-letter or 3-letter only. We didn't allow 4-letter. Who got GTI? I definitely wrote GTI, so that one exists. And because GTI, there was a GTI parked like right outside of the front door. I was like, oh, GTI, it's GTI. But yes, TRD was definitely on there. Even like XJ, nope, that did not make the cut. So there was some fun. I mean, we put like SI for like Civic SI. My Jeep is a JT, but I was like, we can't put JT. Like I've put JT on 200 of them already because that's my initial. Like, so it was fun. We were just like writing down all 3-letter, 2-letter. AMG was on there. AMX was not. I should have. TVR didn't make it. YJ, nope, that didn't make it either. I did put a TJ down, but that's where it stopped. Like, didn't even put a CJ, which I do like, but nope. There was like TJ, YJ, nope. FRS, BRZ, those both made it. I think there's technically 2 BRZs I recognized. FJ made it. No numbers, so no CJ7 or 4xe. Actually, we did write a 4xe, but someone stole it. It's been somewhat funny. This is something Nicole doesn't know, even though I know she's still watching. But recently, so Brandon, my coworker, collects Hot Wheels. And he enjoys, you know, going and trying to find the hard to find ones, things like that. We also did that. He got us in and we got to do the design studio tour down in LA, which was truly like like once in a lifetime experience. It was so much fun. But since then, I have also started collecting a small number of Hot Wheels. And I think that we were talking about some of the like the treasure hunts, and we were kind of equate like with all these initials here on these box. I mean, a little bit like the treasure. Oh, Josh, don't bought. Yeah, don't get hooked. Absolutely not. So, I had got the guys from Hot Wheels had sent us some really cool ones after we did the tour, and that like kind of started it. And then since then, you know, like Brandon and I, maybe like on our way to lunch, we'll be like, hey, you want to just swing into Walmart here and see if there's a turn on slow mode? So we're like, you want to swing into Walmart and just see if there's any cases of Hot Wheels? So we're like, yeah, let's go in there. Like go in there the other day, we were like, ooh, and there's like cases off to the side, so we're like start going through them. We got the collection of all the 5 Civics from like the EG. I got a cool drag Civic the other day too. So I got some fun ones. Nicole wants to cut. I know. It's way better to say these things when it's at a distance. She's not a fast typer anyway, so it's all back in my day, Hot Wheels would cost 99 cents. Let's see these Civics. I don't think I brought them in here. I have been hiding my new collection of things at work a little bit, but I feel like, did I bring the Civics in here? I don't think that I did, because I had the full set of 5. Maybe I bought 2 sets of 5. I don't remember. But then the other day, Hot Wheels released their series of NFTs. And I might have bought some of those. But one of them was redeemable. Oh, Nicole's, I missed calls. I'm streaming them. She probably doesn't know why I can't answer my phone right now. So they released their NFTs, and sorry, Nicole. Sorry, I'm live streaming. The NFTs, and if you got a super rare NFT, then you get a redeemable one. Because I don't really care about NFTs, but there was a chance you got a redeemable car, and I got a redeemable car, and they're already selling them on eBay, even though it's not a real car yet. It's like months before you can even get the real one, and it's going for pretty decent money. So really, in the end, I was just after the actual car. I don't need the NFT. So, yeah. Someone buy Josh a shovel for Christmas. You know how I feel. I know that the NFT, I'm not after the NFT. It was just the game to try and get the real car out of it. And actually, Brandon, me, and Fam all bought them. And we all luckily won real cars. I mean, we paid. It's actually still a pretty expensive Hot Wheel, but still. It's not money a thing. Just ordered a Trucks Fortune. Love gambling when you can't lose. Yeah, the can't lose. The NFT thing was definitely gambling. Definitely can lose. You know. So I do not necessarily condone NFTs, but it was one of those chances. So what you're saying is send you cool Hot Wheels. I can do that. So yeah, the whole like treasure hunt thing, it all sounds kind of fun. And that's kind of how some of the fun things we were talking about this year we kind of started talking about like some of these deals. It was all from our new Hot Wheels addiction. I'm just barely stepping. I don't even care that much. Except they do have the website. It's called like Hot Wheels Treasure Hunt or something like that. And it tells you like what cars to look for. These are the ones. This is what case it's in. You can find. She's, oh, all of us at work who bought them are dumb. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a good thing Nicole isn't on mod. Just delete every comment but hers. I took my hauler out in the snow. Guess what it was in the back of? Hot Wheels. Oh, my God. So, the Hot Wheels, it's kind of, they're so small. I mean, they're so small. They don't hardly take up any room. I don't know if I need 1,000 of them. But the bad influences at work, you say? Going through. Question. I'm at the link stage in the build of the Phoenix. Where does the shoulder bolt go? Shoulder bolt is for the kingpins, like that go into the knuckles. That's where the shoulder bolt goes. There are like 40 of them. All the ones I didn't have. Wait, what? I get. I'm missing the. I took my hauler out in the snow. Oh, I see what you mean. The Hot Wheels on the back of the TRX-6 hauler. Now I put it all together. Just looking around, I have 7 unbuilt kits. Why did I say I need another? Josh, for the right price, I'll time her out. Oh. See, I like Jesse's thinking. Brass tubes for the Phoenix Portal. Do they fit the straight axle? No, they do not. Add some weight down low. No, those the diameter of the axle tube does not. Technically, the tubes, while they do add some weight, they also make the wall thickness of the axle thinner. So it can actually make it weaker, even though it adds weight and it is like a brace in there. So since we just made it a little bit stronger and didn't allow for that addition. So pretty sure Nicole would win in a fight. She's pretty easy. She forgets quickly too. Do the rear brass tubes fit looser than the front? Yeah, slightly. They'll slide in a little bit easier, but the bearing retains it. And since there is no joint out there where the shaft has that movement, it's just not a thing. It's just an easy one. Can I buy just the body like on your Woods Runner? Yeah, it's just the... Where'd that truck go? I got it. This is just the Vanquish Origin body from the VS410 Pro or Ultra, same one. Or you could even buy the original SUV style one, but that's all this is. It's just been actually narrowed. So you can't buy one that's already narrowed. Otherwise, I would have just done that. But that's all this thing is. It's just my ultimate VS410 Pro. Now that Matt and I have just finished our 3 weeks of hustle to get the monthly Mayhem done, which I am excited about. It was fun. And it was the first time Nicole videoed for me. You might be able to tell where. She did good. We'll teach her. She can be trained. Yes. So, does Nicole have the cats? It's surprisingly... I agree. I don't know where they're at. I played with them when I got home. Is the monthly Mayhem IFS? Yes. Yes, it is. My Trucks of Fortune went out today. Got the tracking number this morning. Yes. Will VP ever release rear brass portal weights? Tony, I mean, nothing's impossible, right? We just have to, like, make Jim mad about it for a minute. He'll be like, I'm just going to go do it now then. You know. And what's going on, Tony? Hey, I have my A Mazda construction shirt on tonight. I noticed that when someone asked about it, it's like, no, I don't think so. I haven't worn this shirt. Well, there you go. So stoked for Mayhem. Can we open one video up of on Christmas Eve? Speaking of opening Nicole is the worst at presents. She can never not. So she had sent me videos like the other day. She's like, I couldn't wait. I had to let Emmett open one of them already. How many trucks of fortune do you estimate offering? It'll just, I don't know. It's just about like probably have some people working this weekend trying to do some. And it's just more about like what people's availability is as far as when they can go make them so that then they can get shipped. Because I can't just say like they're available until whatever time because it just takes too much time to make them. So, yeah, it's that's the deal. So I don't know the number, but anyway, bit off topic, Josh. Great, I love those best. But didn't Matt call motor on axle robots, but but buys a clodbuster? That, Stu, is a fantastic point. I will have to be reminded of such a topic on the next live stream takeover because that is exactly correct. That's where it started, was with the clodbuster, and then we adapted them to turn into what they are now. The other night you had a Casey shirt on that was the same color. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's, yeah. It's got red instead of orange. This one has a permanently like messed up pocket. Like no matter what you do, this pocket is like ironed it down, whatever you're gonna do. And it's just, I think it got like sewed while it was in that position. It bugs the hell out of me. So, let's see. Bought my wife some nice gold gemstone jewelry for Christmas. Makes me feel better about spending twice as much on RC cars this year. You know what? That's what I was thinking about getting Nicole too. It's RC cars, not the gemstone jewelry. Stitch it down. I guess I could do that, but I feel like it's still a useful pocket. It's one of my favorite flannels though, because it is orange. And it's a very nice Proline shirt. When they didn't, it's like super thick. They didn't offer these like super publicly. It's just like, Josh EDC's expensive stuff, so his pocket has a hard on. Conrad Surreal? I don't know how you say that. Just got my new Wheels of Fortune with the Phoenix and got a set of 105s in purple. Hope you guys have a good Christmas and love the videos. Congratulations, Conrad. I'm glad that you scored on that. I do really like the purple. I did cheat and snag myself a set of purple. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna put some of the new Class 1 Falcons on. And I was like, I might as well put them on the purple though, right? And I put a set of clear Scarns. Like, it's so good. And then, of course, we have the Dark Earth. I need to take these back to work. Otherwise, there's gonna be like one set of just one pair of extra. So we usually send some extra just in case something happens in plating or whatnot. Yeah. Looks like Cammy's half-ass paying attention ears. Like one ear, huh? Probably should have made them by Dixon. Wouldn't have had that. Friend of mine wears just like only Dixon flannel. That's all he wears. The Bobby over at Gately Audio, and he just only Dixon. And I've never owned one though. Two of Two of my more favorite builds. They feel so similar. It's almost like they're nearly the same truck with different tires. So, Merry Christmas from the UK. Merry Christmas back at you. It sounds like we're talking about pocket knives in here, which I desperately need a new pocket knife. Desperate, like this last week or so. I carry these CRKTs. Like that's, so for me, I have to, like the Tonto blade with the serrated edge, are like two of my more, like that's my big, it's what I want. Two of those. Those are the two things. And recently, like this last week or something, I bent something in this frame and my release on the bottom goes too far. And it's just like, so I have to like pry it back across. Now I do really like the double lock on the CRKTs. So, you know, the bottom one, the regular, and then it's got the top. And I really like the double lock, but there you go. After seeing this, never mind, don't get it. I'm hard on my knives. Like they are a tool, and I will go through them until they are. I will abuse them until I've ruined it, and then I will get a new one. You know, I'll sharpen them, of course, but I probably use my knife 10 times a day. I make sure my knives have G10 scales for obvious reasons. Oh, because your name says not G10. Wait a minute. I thought G10 you were talking about the G code. I only carry Benchmade. One gripe, I mean, Jim, who I work with, Ripper Machinist, he carries Benchmade knives, and they're so thick, just thick. So, do they have a thin? Like, do they? I carry a lot of shit in my pocket right now in my front pocket. That. Like, this is currently my front pocket. Well, I took my AirPods out already. Like, front left pocket. My right pocket, phone only. That's all that goes in my front right pocket. My left pocket, AirPods, Ridge wallet, Ridge key case, some extra cash, my knife, and my Jeep key. That's my front left pocket. Uh, so having a bulky knife is extra. Uh, so I don't know. Where's the pry bar? It's currently on my nightstand. I think I was opening a bedside table. I don't know, but I still have it. Oh, extra cash, all $1 bills. Technically, yes, but it's 4 $1 bills, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 5? And it's 5 ones. I haven't carried cash. You gotta get it first. Shut it, Nicole. You know what's in my pocket. And then the rest of my cash is in there. But you just need cash at times. You never know when a deal's gonna pop up. Bailout is likely a knife you'd want from. Oh, okay. The bail. That makes sense. Dollar store funds, for all of my Hot Wheels. The dollar store is a good place to go check out. Definitely check out the CEO by CRKT. Slightly bigger than a Sharpie. Okay, I guess I like this. This is my like 5th or 6th one of this knife, basically. This is the polymer handle. Like this was one of the aluminum handle ones, and it was a lot heavier, of course. But let's see. This is the KS. This is the KZ. That knife makes me sad AF. It's worked so well. But I mean, it's just beat up. Old timer 3-blade. Oh my god. I gotta have that quick. Gotta have that quick flick. As funny as it is, strip clubs are the only place I've used cash in the past 8 years or so. What size is the square stock on your goat template? Did I have square stock? I don't remember. Probably quarter. Probably quarter. Oh, speaking, CRKT equals FMS. Ouch. But speaking of FMS, did you guys see the Mashigan has been pulled from all of FMS's media, website, social media, the whole deal? Gone. Nowhere to be seen. So if you wanted one and you can find one local or at a place, you should try. Why though? I don't know. My guess is that Jeep was like WTF or WTYJ, because it was obviously a freaking YJ, like duh, right? So they may have, and even though FMS is very China, it could at least possibly. The Max Smasher disappeared too. Oh wow, that's interesting. I always hear people say Spyderco as well. Could be the 7-slot grill. Could be, or it could be the entire rest of the design being exactly the same. It's hard to say. It is pretty interesting that way. The other thing is that as far as like how that licensing works, Jeep isn't ever like Jeep doesn't handle it. It's Jeep has the licensing duties like subcontracted out to a company that does that. So all the deals get made with them, and then, but I think that they also work on protecting it. So they can be the ones that are like, nope. So yeah, it will go the way of RC 4-wheel drives, not a Jeep, right? Yeah. Check your Instagram. Is it, if it's about knives, like that, ooh. There's that one. Blade, Benchmade bug out. Oh, that's what the bug out thing meant. Oh, that's a good, but it's not a Tanto and doesn't have the serrated blade. Gotta have it. It's gotta be, it has to be that style. Tanto blade and the serrated edge. Two things that has to be. Like, no, I will not compromise on those two things. Does CI make foams for the VXT2s? Can't find anything that fits them well. I just run, mine are the 475s. I do have the outside ring on them. But, you know, those are, that's all I run in mine. What do you use the serrated edge for? Oh, all kinds of things, especially in the shop. It can be anything from wire or cord or like banding, banding on like palletized type stuff. I mean, that serrated, that'll get through it. Material, our material comes banded, not like metal strap banding, but like the fiber, whatever it is, not like the regular fiber. You'll like if you buy something from Walmart and it has like the white straps, not that stuff. So it just has to have it. How often do you replace the blade on that? I replace the knife on it when I feel like it's worn out. I never replace the blade. Honestly, most of the time, I am forced to get a new knife when TSA takes it from me. So far, I haven't lost one this year. So, oh, also, dates for Proline by the Fire, Axial Fest West and East. all got announced today. Did you guys see that? So now I can put all my stuff back in my pocket. Fits just fine, by the way. Belt loop? What? You need a belt loop holder. No, I'm not putting my knife on my belt loop. Nope, won't do it. Won't do it. Let's see. Look at the link DK shared. Serrated M4. I will open that quickly so that I can get back to that without having to remember where it was at. So, yes, it opened up. I do see that it is not serrated. I'm assuming that there's an option for it, but because I'm telling you, I won't. Will not. Those Matt's keys in your pocket? I want to go to Proline by the Fire. Proline by the Fire is the one, if you only get to pick one of everything that was posted, that's the one to go to. Actually, I told the dates for next year's Badlands at this year's events. You would know if you were there. Yeah. You know. Check out I do follow some of the do you have a patent on brass on the knuckles so China can't knock it off? Wouldn't matter. We have patents on a few things that still gets knocked off because it's very hard to defend some of that stuff, except from like US companies. And that's about all you can do. So can I reach my I can get my hand under this truck a little bit. Obviously you can tell the okay. The bail out, not bug out. That is a good looking knife, DK. I like that. $300. What Nicole would say to me if she knew I bought a $300 knife. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I would just not be able to tell her. Yeah, she just doesn't. Oh, I missed this. Let me. There we. Oh, sorry about that, Loki. What do you recommend for springs on the TRX6 hauler? Ooh, I actually don't have a great suggestion for that. I have not driven mine much at all. I've driven it a couple of times, but a $600 truck is okay. That's different. I spend that more on you know, spend a lot more than that on trucks that I definitely don't use 10 times a day. You know. Oh, it's yeah, as opposed to a $700 truck. I mean, or can. Oh, you ever see how the angle on the back of these two trucks actually kind of goes together? Look at that. Psh. That's some. They're almost the same angle even. Wow, wow. Is your class 1 new rules Sorka legal? I believe so. Oh, actually, no, it is not currently because the rear shocks are exposed up into the cab. So I would need to mold some covers for that area is all. But I think that would actually be pretty easy to do. So, but I think I will build a new C1 for this year just because I learned so much from this one that I know I can do more. Yeah, that's the, gotta cover those shocks. Yeah, that's, I think that's really my only thing that I remember reading from the rules that wasn't dead on. Will you take $5 for it? For $5, you can lick it. That's it. I think your C1 was closer to. I mean, it was closer to. Not technically closer. It's currently listed for $5. Lick the tire. What? Did Ben say forged carbon gets hard body points? It does if... So the clarification this year was with forged carbon or laid carbon fiber that it had to be of the certain thickness, because previously it only specified a thickness if it was for vacuum formed. So like if you used vacuum formed styrene, it had to be 060 thick to get hard body points. But for like carbon or things like that, it didn't state that at all. So as long as it was a rigid material, you were good. So yeah. What I wonder more of is on like some of the the clod bodies that are super thin, like those aren't 060 everywhere. So I'm like, and if I need to prove a point, I'll cut up a clod body to be like, see? Let's see. Oops. Have to keep stretching for the mouse under. Loved Matt's tour of the Ripper, as I didn't know what made it so special beforehand. What would you do differently if you had made it in 2022? This isn't a call for a sequel. Just want to know. It's a great question. Legitimate question. I'll allow it even. Should I go? I'm going to go through and correct all of the things that Matt said that were so wrong. No, I'm kidding. This is the Ripper. This is my Ripper. This is the second prototype. When we made the first ones, we made 3. We bought enough material, I think, to do 9 total, and I think 7 or 8 got made out of that. But when we first made them, we finished 3. And this is the second one, which is a little bit different than the production ones, that it doesn't have a front light bar mount, doesn't have a second A-pillar, and then some of the work behind the body is different. These are production panels, so they don't have the original wings of the prototype panels, which do I have handy? This is my original set of prototype panels, and you can see it's got a wing out here. So that was the difference there. We actually moved that little wing onto a separate piece. Anyway, the question was, what would I do different? But, you know, for one, this was built as an Axial Fest, like, it was kind of built as an experiment, marketing, blah, 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 blah stuff for Axial Fest in 2017. And to be Axial Fest legal, it had to be on an axial frame, had to run axial running gear. So it's basically an SCX-10-2 with the most expensive body you could ever buy. So, you know, that's kind of what it is. And now, if we were doing it and we weren't doing it to be made for Axial Fest, we could do so many different things. We'd, you know, make it for a VS410 chassis with a VFD, proper, you know, like I was designing the chassis and stuff like that kind of initially, like just for, I was going to make a custom truck, more like the Woods Runner. Like I was initially drawing a chassis because I wanted to build something like this on an SCX-10 chassis for Axial Fest. And then we decided, hey, let's machine it. So change some things to make this thing. Jim was designing up a set of body panels that he was going to machine actually initially for the Axial Yeti. And we took what he had done, we scaled it to fit my chassis and machined that. But yeah, I would make it for the VS410 chassis with a VFD. Probably not make it servo on axle, although it does make it perform well. It's not as scale, you know. I don't want servo on axle on a truck that I am trying to be scale with. But it's the one thing Matt stayed away from talking about in that video was the actual cost, because there are some people who don't know the joke about them. So they were actually messaging me legitimately asking about getting one. So I'd be like, yeah, I can, you know what? I know where there's a new one available I can get you. It's going to be $7,500 and it is brand new. They have never ran it. And they're just like, I don't understand. He was showing a toy truck. They didn't say that, but I don't think I even got a response. Or it was just like an okay, like, cool. I've unsubscribed from both of your channels now because you're an a-hole. But I was like, it's true. I know where one is. Is that a metal body? Yes, it is a machined metal body. This is a raw version of the hood, and it was machined out of a 9-pound block of aluminum. So, yeah. And, this is, everything is machined. The whole cage is machined, technically out of 3 blocks. So the side of the cage, which runs from up here to back here, all the way down. So that's a big, thick, I think the side of it is, the side of the chassis was 27 pounds to start. So, like, it takes about 100 pounds of aluminum to make this chassis, not the axles or the transmission, like just the chassis and body panels. So, for your trucks to fortune, should have just put a little Gladiator in the box. Why is the body so scratched up? Because I drive it. Like, I beat the hell out of this thing. Now, the color, so it's a blue and black Cerakote, like kind of patinaed finish, but all the actual scratches are just scratches. That's just from me beating it up. See that back corner there? Like, that's bent. Like, oh, well, you're looking at that side, but like that should be straight, but it's bent. You know, I just beat it up. I drive it. How many were ever made? I think technically the number is around 150. What was the original deal? The original price of them was $1,899, but that was just for the chassis, the body panels, the light bars and headlights, things like that, the bumper, sliders. That did not include the axles or the SCX-10 running gear, any of that. So it was, you had to get an interior, you had to buy wheels and all that stuff. And then the price of them, the price has gone so high, not from what we've done, it's only from the collector side. So that much money and no axles, why not? Because it would have been a lot more to include axles. If you take 100 pounds of aluminum and you have to machine everything down, you're talking tens and tens of hours of machine time to make one truck. And that's how everything is figured out. Like, we make a part and we say, okay, how much material did it take to make that part? How much do we pay per pound of material? Take that. That's part of the cost. That gets put into a costing sheet. Next, you go, okay, how long does it take to do the first operation? Write that down. How long does it take to do a second operation? You write that down. Then you take and you account for the cost of plating, because that's not cheap. Take that and you put it in there. Everything gets a multiplier or an hourly rate, like machines. Different machines get different hourly rates. And then it spits out a number, and then we can adjust that number slightly from there. Whether there's room in the market and the market will bear a slightly higher price, that could be a thing. Great. We're efficient enough that we can enjoy the luxury of making a little bit more profit on this. Or we're like, that's too much money, we need to cut our profit down, or even profit. It's just the expense of what a machine costs to run, like whatever it is. And then that's what it comes out to be. So can you not reclaim the unused aluminum? Absolutely you can. But You buy aluminum now for, say, for sake of argument, $5 a pound. It's high. That it doesn't cost quite that much. You sell it for $5 a pound. You machine it all down, and then you reclaim 100% of the chips, and you have to recycle it. But you sell those chips back. You do not sell them back at $5 a pound. You sell them back at 50 cents a pound. So the money you get back for the recycling is a nice little, oh, okay amount. It's not like, all right, do it again. It's just, that's, yeah. $150 in my world is good. Yeah, that would be, $150 an hour would be a pretty decent machine rate in most machine shops. We are in the RC world, so getting $150 an hour would be pretty difficult. And averaging $150, like, that's much higher than what we would be anywhere near. Most wasteful RC body ever. Something new for you. All of any aluminum part starts as a big block and then ends up as a little one. But yes, this one, indeed, probably the most intensive piece to ever make. How many prototypes are still around? As far as I know, all of them. One was scrapped during the process of manufacturing. One or two. But the other 9, number 1 is Jim's. It's at the office. Number 2 is mine. It is here. Number 3 belongs to Casey Curry. 4 and 5. Number 4 went to John Curry. And then 5 and 6 went to KMC Wheels. 7, I believe, went to our friend David, who used to work at Curry. 8 went to Taylor Anderson, the original owner, founder of Rigid Lighting. And 9 belongs to Bob Tarvin. So maybe there was supposed to be 10, but only 9 got made. So about like that. Or only 1 went to KMC and the other one was John Curry's. I think that's how it was. Where is number 37? I have a spreadsheet that says where all the original owners of everything went to and like what color combination it was. But yeah. So yeah. And yeah. Ben has like 12, not number 12, but like 12. Ben bought his through a local hobby shop. And that's actually how I met Ben, because each one you had to choose color on and all this. There was a little bit of back and forth with customers, and that's kind of why the whole thing turned into a lot more work than I ever wanted to do. And that's actually how I met Ben, Scale Crawler Fab Shop. I don't think I've seen Ben in here tonight, but that's where I initially started talking to Ben. How many does Baller have? Baller has number 2, number 23, and then I think possibly 2 of the last ones. And so, yeah. Do you ever plan to resume making them? Absolutely, 100% no. This truck will never be made ever again in any way. This truck is done. Can't. So, how many rippers do I have? This one's mine. Josh, what is the truck that Matt? What is the truck that Matt made a video on? This. It's this one. Upstate New York, just ordered a few kits. Can't wait to finish them. Hopefully I can snag a truck's fortune this week. Should be able to. Should be able to. Just got to watch if they run out of stock and then hopefully try it back again later. Ever going to make the Origin again? We've talked about, like, it would be kind of fun, but at the same time, like, the Pro and Ultra were such like a better version of it. Just like, I don't know. Like, I don't really see like there'd be a reason to. Like, I really like the body though. I feel like putting that body on a Pro or Origin or just like a Phoenix even would be fun because the body was cool. But would it be feasible to make one with plastic body panels and one color? I mean, you could, but like the whole point of the Ripper is that it is aluminum. Like that's the whole point. The body panels are about half the work of the whole thing. So, you know, it's like, yeah, I like, would it be possible? Sure, but that's kind of just a Wraith, or it's kind of a Bomber or a Wraith 1.9. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, I do love plastic caged cars. I think they're rad. I really enjoy driving them, like building them, the whole deal. But like just making this truck that way, I'd be like, eh. Would you ever offer metal bodies? Nope. Because it's the same thing. It's like I said, it's still about half the work. So if you want to pay $1,500 for a metal body, it's like, so yeah, you know. And then I've done lots of little different touches to mine. Mine's got carbon inner fenders, front and rear, carbon skid plates. It's got a carbon battery tray in there, or electronics tray, I should say. The battery tray's up here. So Matt did say the battery tray was steel, like a dork. It's actually aluminum, obviously. Would you ever make replacement panels for a Ripper owner? No, probably not. Probably not. Did you use 6061? Yep. Yep. So with all that metal, what's the point of carbon? Because it's just an awesome material. That's why. What kind of mods will VP come out with for the Hot Boy joystick controller? I like to run the 8-channel version, or you just run, you double fist it. There's going to be billet, you know, like 1911 style triggers here. That's going to be the first mod. And we're thinking about like an extended joystick that's shaped like a hand that just reaches up and holds your finger. Just that way you really keep a good grip on it. Just comes out there and just 2 hands for rear steer. Like that would be so difficult. We talked about doing the that sounds like the worst idea, but kind of fun. Like, could I do rear steer with one and not with, I don't know. Would it be a little bit, I feel like I could do rear steer with one if they were tied together. Cause then it would feel more like a joystick. But I don't know. It's just like, yeah. Where to buy VS410 locally? SAC RC Country does not have it. Oh, that's interesting. If you just tell them, they can have it in a day or so. Because they usually do, and they're a good sized dealer of ours. What would you make metal body panels instead for like a Wraith? I did a video. I wonder if I did it. Did I make an edited video on it, or was it a live? I don't remember. I did pressed metal panels. Actually, I did a hood for my Wraith, with a 3D printer and annealed aluminum. It's kind of fun. But beyond that, other than just doing flat metal panels, you're kind of SOL. That controller needs a rumble pack. It's exactly right. Haven't waited yet. I don't wait on this thing. Is that? Oh, Stretch, missed one from you. Sorry about that. Have you seen B Comp natural fiber in? What is B Comp natural fiber in race car engineering? I actually, are you talking about Race Car Engineering magazine? If so, literally tried to subscribe to that last week and their website just wouldn't allow it. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're not subscribing to that. Carbon fiber replacement. Is it made out of hemp? Is that the one? Those would be hard for winching. I got it on iPad. Interesting. Josh, what's the difference between that truck and the Phoenix? This truck? Is this this is just an SCX10 basically, or SCX10 2. So, why not stamped aluminum panels on an updated version? Again, the whole point of it was the fact that it was machined. Like, sure, there's other things you could do, but it's just like, it seems not nearly as cool. And the only reason I think, like, this truck is cool because it's machined. If it was just plastic or with Lexan panels, it'd just be like, okay, it could be cool in its own way, but like, this is not, it's not why this is cool. So, oh, cool. I just got a lot of dirt and shit on my desk. So, how well do you think the Ripper performs today? Like an SCX10 2? About? Like maybe a little bit, you know, it's got a servo on axle, so a little bit better there. But about like an SCX10 2. So, again, there's not much, you know, it's pretty much what it is. Any video on the AD, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the AD chassis is. How often do you run your Ripper? Only at Axial Fest? Yep. Every year. Well, maybe one other time. Every other once in a while. But usually, right before Axial Fest, I disassemble the entire truck, like all the way down to bare. I replace every bearing, most every screw. Usually I touch up the body panels, you know, replace something here or there. Sometimes I rewire it, things like just because, like to clean up or do something here, add the carbon fiber, and then I run it at that event, and that's usually it. Do I need to replace all of the bearings after one run of maybe a few hours? Nope. But it's more like a tradition. So that's why I do it. Honestly, it's just kind of for the tradition. It's kind of fun. I've done it every single year since we made it. I've torn it down, rebuilt, replaced, renewed, and gone from there. It's makes for an expensive trail run when you put $30 worth of bearings and $10 worth of screws and hardware. Like, I put some upgrade parts on it or changed the electronics. This year I can't remember what I did. I can't remember if I changed something electronics wise or not, but I think I did rewire the whole thing. Oh, I know I replaced the rear light bar this time. My old LED had got a little, like, it started to get just kind of dingy. Like the LED waterproofing was like starting to turn brownish. So yeah, again, I don't need to rebuild it every year at all. I just like to. What's the best way to calculate how low the center of gravity of a rig is? Wonder how the Ripper compares. The easiest way, we went through this last week actually, but I don't have any cord in here, otherwise I could do it the easy way. But if you take and hang a truck from a single point, you know, like right now where my thumb is touching is technically right at the bumper. And this thing almost hangs straight vertical from that bumper. So it's almost like straight down, which is kind of surprising. And then you take it from a second point, say, it doesn't really matter where. It really doesn't. It could be just like right here. So you take it from that point, and then you go straight down from that. So right in here, where's my finger? So about that. So and wherever those two lines intersect, that is your center of gravity in this plane. Technically, you need to do it from a third and then find the actual pinpoint. But with that, it's actually showing that my center of gravity is probably right about here. So it's not that it's not bad at all. Shock's pushing up. It's right about balanced right there. So it's not bad. So dirt everywhere. But how much does it weigh? Oh, I'm guessing 7 pounds, 5 ounces. Where's one of my? So turn it on. Turn it to pounds. It is 8 pounds, 6 ounces actually. Weigh it with a battery. That is actually with a battery. Should it be? No. Should I take it out? Yep. But 8 pounds, 6 ounces with a battery. Where's my corner scales? They're at work. once a year battery. Yeah. Ooh, my bad. Was expecting closer to 15 pounds. No, this is the hood. Like, it's 25 thou thick, 30 thou thick. Come on. Like, you can like see that edge is, let me, it's very thin. Everything is super thin. Um, like this is my old side panel. Like it looks like a piece of sheet metal. So what's what's the anti-dive and anti-squat though? I mean, we know where one point is, so then we just have to look at the links and see, like, are you calculating your anti-squat and anti-dive at ride height? Or, Joker 510714, thank you, sir. I'm back. I'll rewatch what I missed later. Josh, I hope you and Nicole have a great Xmas. Thank you, sir. Can't wait to run my new portal covers for the F10. Yeah, nice. Glad you got a set. Tony Thompson as well. Thank you. Good seeing you. Got my Vanquish ship notification on Trucks of Fortune, and FedEx says it's 12.8 pounds. So I'm stoked to see what comes up. I will say that we did weigh all of them. Thought we could have like almost just put a blanket blanket weight on them to say, like, so that people didn't have any ability to see like which ones are heavier or not. And I don't know how close they all are is the thing. I really don't. So, best of luck. SCX6 Ripper cost estimate. Okay. Just for the sake of argument only. SCX6 Ripper. Can we just say that it's twice as long and twice as wide? Let's just say for fun, it's about right? So that means that your block of aluminum, say if you're 3 times as wide, we're going to stay with twice. We're going to stay with squares here. So that piece of aluminum gets twice as long, gets twice as tall, say twice as wide. So you've got 2, 4, 8 times the cost, basically, of the aluminum. Aluminum alone, which kind of, it does not mean 8 times the machining time, because you can come through with a big end mill and wipe out a lot of that material. So I'm going to say if it was 100 pounds to do the original, you're going to be at 800 pounds Aluminum is a lot more expensive now than it used to be. So I'm paying $3.18 a pound. So that's $2,544 of raw cost of aluminum that we have to pay before we were able to say what the retail value it was. Machine time on that, let's say you would be close to $12,000, 12,500 if I was to guess. There's a lot of other factors there. The amount of hardware, if there was any difference in you know, construction type or things like that. But that's kind of if you were just scaling up. I'm guessing 12,500, which is kind of a deal because being that it's a deal. You should send that money to me now. I'm gonna stop right there. I can't believe I ever said that. Just scale it percentage-wise. It doesn't work like that because tooling gets easier as things go up. Now, it doesn't get easier. I stopped saying that too. But like you can come in with a big end mill and wipe some things out. You don't have to use a little tiny end mill and go, nyet, 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 nyet. At 12.5, the 2K to buy an SCX6 doesn't sound so bad. Deal. Cash App? Sure, I'll send you mine. Send the cash. Be a man. So, you know, I got to get this freaking dirt off my bench now. Where do we send the pre-order? I refuse to discuss this any further. There we go. VP reps selling soon-to-be products. That's a lot of dust. I ran this thing at Axial Fest this year, of course, and have not touched it since, as you can tell by the battery still being in there and plenty of dust. Okay. Any thoughts on KLR tires? I haven't ran KLRs in a long time. I don't think I've ran KLRs since my SCX10 one deadbolt that I sold to Tony. Yeah. What is... Let's see. And, oh, I missed super... Nicole just texted me. Said, hey, super chats. Scott O'Blander, Merry Christmas. Thanks for the content. Hope you got a flight out. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Buck Dandy for president. Missed yours as well. Merry Christmas, my friend. Another great year of little trucks. Buck Dandy. Hope we see you again at an event this year. So, and... Oh yeah, and then I see that I missed it. You didn't take out the battery. It is definitely unplugged. I'll take it all out later. And Magic School Truck's a little behind because he's talking about what we were talking about 2 hours and 30 minutes ago. Nicole's backseat modding. I'm only missing, yeah, I know. I started talking about numbers and thoughts on freaking SCX6 rip. It was a fun thought experiment. That's it. So, Josh, you should put a self-discharging battery in the Ripper. It would be a shame. I should put all smart stuff in there, shouldn't I? And it just takes care of everything. I'll take care of it tonight. I gotta do some cleanup in here. That's my plan for tonight. Clean the studio. Raminator Gravedigger aluminum body cost 70. I haven't actually. I bet that one's a little bit bigger than maybe the Ripper, or the Ripper SCX6. So I bet it'd be about the same. Other than if you're doing that whole chassis too. Yeah, it'd be a lot. Got here late. Forums are blowing up saying you're taking pre-orders on SCX Ripper for 12K. just, oh my God, I can only imagine just the sizes of blocks of material that it would take. Oh. Will you be doing an STL Sunday showing off what you got? I definitely feel like I should do some more of those. Scale Nationals, it hopefully gets announced the date. So me and Matt were talking on Wednesday's Livestream Takeover. We were talking about Scale Nationals and just like, we got to get started on that soon. And he's like, well, I'm not starting until we know the dates. It's like, that's a good point. But I don't know. I really enjoy the 3D modeling side of things. So I really liked doing that live stream, but it was not well watched. You know, like as far as being live, not a lot of people watched during it. And then it didn't have great watch afterwards. So I don't know. I really enjoy it though. So it's just like, it's one of those ones that I don't mind not being super consistent on, because I know that it's more for me just because I enjoy it, and less for the whole like YouTube success. You know, I'm literally not doing anything other than just reading the chat and replying in here. And we have 5 times more people than we ever had in a STL Sunday. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's the reason. And it's because like, it's not a very engaging live stream. CAD is slow and not necessarily that interested if you're not being like, I am going to dedicate learning CAD. So if you have to want to know CAD, you have to want to learn CAD. Is that how you should say that? And like live streams and listening to me. So that alienates most people right off the bat. So there's that. And because if for some reason you do like watching my stuff, but you already know CAD, you're out as well. Like, you're not going to watch me draw a freaking basic ass bar stool in a live stream just because it's like, yeah. And, you know, at the same time, like, so the problem is Josh is a bad teacher, which is not untrue. But also, it was one of those things I'm like, okay, if I try and make this a straight teaching thing, like, all right, first, open the program. Now you're in a blank sheet. By the end of it, we would be like, and now you've drawn a circle. So, you know, I think what we should do as an experiment, drink plus hot jerky while trying to do CAD. I should do a Christmas something CAD. I'll eat a piece of Armageddon to appease the people who don't want to see CAD and just want to see me suffer. I'll eat a piece of Armageddon and try and draw something while teaching to end off this stream. No more live streams. Nicole is not allowing me to book any more of my time. Design a sleigh. I already designed a sleigh once. It actually did a pretty decent sleigh. Dana's not here tonight, but Dana actually 3D printed it as well. You can download it for free on my Thingiverse. That thing be thangin'. What's the Pro Ultra to Phoenix ratio for the Trucks of Fortune? Ordered 2, intended to make it 3. it, I mean, you have pretty good odds. Like, better than any surprisingly good odds. We tried to make it really fun for Christmas. We would, you know. So, I'm on a second Chelada and I have 15K limit on my credit card. Let's make bad artsy decisions. Cad would be so much better with Nicole. Oh, that would be. She's like, what are you doing? This is stupid. You're stupid. Nicole wouldn't put you through. I just want the free files so I can print random stuff. There is that. Oh my God. Nicole says, I can barely turn the computer on and apparently I turn it off wrong. Yeah. Because I like went and I turned on my computer and I was just like, how it boot. I was just like, looked at her and go, did you come turn this computer off? And she's like, yeah, there was a light on and it was, I didn't like it. I'm like, did you just come up here and just hold the button? She's like, yeah, that's how you turn it off. I'm like, no, no. Like, the other thing is, the other day, like, I was having to use my Silhouette, my little vinyl cutter. So I was just like trying to connect to it. I was like, it's not, I was like, oh, it's unplugged. I'm like, that's freaking weird. So I plugged it in and I started get that done. The next day, went to go cut more stickers and it was unplugged again. And I was just like, am I kicking the cable somehow? Like, I don't feel like there's any possible way I could do that. And then I was just like, I said, have you been unplugging the vinyl cutter? And she's like, yeah, the little light on it is so bright. I'm like, we don't sleep in the living room. Like, what? But then later that night, I actually walked out there and it was still on. I go, it is kind of bright. Like, huh. I go, and I walked in the bedroom because she was in bed already. And I walked in and I go, that actually is pretty bright. She's like, I know. Like, huh, you never know. Use tape next time. It's she has, we have a humidifier that has a light on it. She's got something covering it all the time. But these are like the soft, they're not, it's like a tactile button. So it's like a glass front and you actually have to like tap the button to get, so I think the tape would actually screw us up. Can't just tape them. That, otherwise, fully, I was black, or just cut some vinyl and make it go over it perfectly, right? But yeah, this one, Josh, use a smart outlet to turn stuff off. You can't do that with the computer. And that is in my Surge Protect. So it's like that into another. We've got, I'm all for smart plugs. Like, I'm all for it. Oh, ADD moment. But, so the LEDs back here are losing their muster. And they're not as bright as they once were. And I was running across something completely different, and I found an application called like WLED, and you can load it onto these pre-made little. They're basically just a controller that you can program to do RGB. Super easy to upload the firmware on, but it makes them wild controllable. And I'm like, ooh. So I feel like that's going to be a project, is to re-LED my shelves and everything in the background. Get it brightened up a little bit. Run those Cobb LEDs back. I could, but I need the RGB specifically, and the way that I want it, I think that it'll be okay. So I'm looking. The only thing I was thinking about doing was like insetting and covering so you couldn't see from this view, but like having LED under each shelf, so it like I could light up the truck under it, and I could put it on my Stream Deck over here, so I could just like have my little macro panel and just be able to, like highlight a truck. Oh, like this one, or this one, which would be a little over the top, I get, but still. Let's up the voltage, they will be brighty. I see, but these are on like a basic ass controller. Otherwise, I would just put them on 24 volts. Did you see RC Girl set up with the programmable wireless LED pucks? I have seen those before. I'll have to see those, but I don't know if they could be flush mounted. I want it very like a little hidden. Just a single UV LED on the bottom of each shelf, make them all glowy. I could put it, actually, that would be a better way, is to put them on the top of some and the bottom of others. I don't know if that would be even though. I want them to all look the same. Because I'm just saying, I just don't want it to show in the camera. So, yeah. Use Adafruit or DigiKey for LED related parts and tutorials. Well, DigiKey is usually where I go for. Did any of you guys watch the Maker's Secret Santa this year? Another good year series. So that's DigiKey reminded me of that. The lady from DigiKey said she had, what did she make? She made This Old Tony a thing that was actually pretty cool. Happy Honda days. Just go flip the breaker, that'll show them. Except breaker boxes in California are outside. She's not gonna go outside. Like, nah. I love This Old Tony. I wish that This Old Tony posted more often. He's like, it's so long between videos for him. He made, I didn't even know what, he made hollow ground screwdrivers for a guy with a channel named Look Mom No Computer. But I didn't know what hollow ground screwdrivers were. And I was just like, oh. Well, I learned something. But yeah, This Old Tony, he's pretty freaking good, both in his skills and his elegant video style. I really like it. And then what's the guy out of New York who was part of it as well? Something with a D. God, what's his name? I use hollow ground screwdrivers in my hobby gunsmithing. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Because DiResta. Yes, DiResta. Jimmy DiResta. D, nice. D's nuts. You guys are the worst. But Jimmy DiResta. I've actually never watched his channel, and I ran across it through that, and I have subscribed since. And I really like his style. Is much more just crude, and I actually I kind of like this in some ways. It's just very raw. Like the audio, he does a lot of time lapse, but it's just raw audio. No music or anything like that. Just raw audio, but sped up. I was like, I really liked the video, and he's a super talented dude as well. But he also had a giant razor blade, that he makes. It's like this big, like a carpentry knife style razor blade, but it's huge. And it says DiResta, and I just I'm like, that's rad. I almost bought one. I didn't, Nicole. But if you see a giant razor blade that pops up at some time, it's because I finally caved. But I almost did it. Yeah, he's just that is a number 100 razor. Huh, interesting. Either way, I've watched a bunch more of his videos since because that dude is freaking awesome. So it was a new YouTube channel that I found because of that Maker's Secret Santa that I really enjoyed. please make a Carvana RC truck vending machine display and then go out of business? He puts his name on everything. Hey, I'm fine with that. I probably put my name on too much stuff too. I was going to guess Christmas Mayhem will be turning an HPI RS4 Creators Kit into a competitive crawler. It will not be. I will tell you that. They're not the biggest fan. Oh wait, no, RS4 Creators Kit. It's still not that. But I was thinking the self build kit or scale build kit. I don't remember, SBK, whatever they called the venture thing. Colin Furs was funny so bad it was toned down. Yeah, he made like a paddle for somebody in a kayak that had propellers on each end, and it was a nightmare, but it was still cool. So, Riddle, thank you, sir. Or, thank you. I always say sir. Don't mean to, 3D print a 45-degree mount and mount LED strips to the bottom of the shelves. It will look even and shouldn't interfere with the camera. I think probably could just do exactly like you're saying. Just do that, mount them, I could even put a little bit of a lip that goes further out so that it doesn't project. And then I could probably put that right on the front of each one even. That's probably the best way to go. Simple and easy. I can run the wire around the back side. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Because then I can put everything on my little macro controller there. And I think that's the way to go. I think that's going to be a good project. Go incandescent. Did you ever recover from the Flex Steel truck you bought? I did. I bought that truck for like either 500 or 550 bucks. I can't remember exactly what I paid. It was something, it doesn't really matter. Something close to that. And I bought a helicoil kit for it. And I really, beyond that, I put wheels and I did put wheels on it. I put wheels and tires on it. So that had, sir is correct. Riddle, thank you again. And great idea. So wheels, tires, that $550 original purchase price. And I think I sold that truck for $900. So I recovered and or made a little bit of money. So, right in there. So I think I still left it on my website. I'm usually pretty transparent about what it costs and what I think I made money. And if you want to count the time, that's made like $1 an hour. But incandescents actually have the best color rendition out there. But I went RGB, and it's hard to find a blue RGB. I guess not. You get like the old. We used to have the blue RGB, blue light incandescent. We used to have the blue light on our dock out on the lake. Now I'm going to have to watch it again. Oh my goodness. What an absolute cluster. Oh my God. That was mercury vapor for the win. What about high pressure sodium? Because don't forget about HPS. Are those brass F10 parts going to stay up or a one-time thing? Those are staying up. That's a production part now. So, you play with servos. You can have moving color plates to RGB any lights. The old color wheel. Maybe I should get a fiber optic generator with an incandescent on a color wheel. Going into that, and we'll get fancy but old school all at once. Pricing for the SCX6 Cliffhanger body is easier on my wallet than the Honcho body. Oh, I didn't actually see pricing on that. 3-phase. Oh, that's right. You're an Okoboji person. Must be where the crown comes from. Adam, that would probably be Nicole's favorite statement ever. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of honcho, we see one in the back. Yeah, that's box stock. Just a box stock honcho. SCX-102. It's it's one of those things like I just grabbing it. And it's it's funny to see. Oof, a little dusty. Uh, they're not. They've aged out. I think that the Deadbolt, the Honcho, they've aged out. Uh, you know, like this up here is now unacceptable. I will. Are you going to use that for the Artful Dodgers kit? That was the plan. That is why I've got this one here. Um, so you know, it's not a bad truck. It still looks pretty decent, but it's got some, this gap between the top of the grill and the bumper, and then just the length, and then the plastic body shocks and the all plastic links, and you know, I after looking at this, I'm like, you should definitely just buy an SCX3 base camp. Don't get the SCX2 anymore. Get the base camp. It's better. How much time running the Fusion SC? How's it been? So I got it in. Well, we have it on one of the test trucks at work that we've had, like the original VS410 Phoenix. Like that is just like a test truck now, and it's been in that, and we just keep running it because it's just like, well, let's put it in this thing, and it just goes and goes. It feels pretty decent, you know. Um, what in the honcho going on here? I know, right? Old school. So, um, what on the honcho is going on? Oh, wait, I already read that. How did I read that twice? I'm just burying myself by grabbing trucks and then throwing them at my feet. So, make sure you get the updated instructions for the ground fox kit. Good point. Thank you for the tip. And let's see. I hear Chief going off out there. But do you have any plans on making a larger scale VS410? No. I do not. I think they are cool. JV. Let's see. SCX6 cage, steel tube. I would like to do an SCX6 tube cage. That is something that is... Did I hear a cat? Yes, I heard a cat. And it's the river. Fired. We're going to take a 60-second break. I'll be right back. Okay, Sorry. Had to go. Lost a bunch of viewers, I know. My bad. But I had too much liquid. I'm playing some. Oh my goodness. Anyone pick up the Jags deal from the news? I tried, but they were told they were outside. There was a number of people who did, though. I think Brian Sherwood said he got one. So my son is still running a dingo. Oh, yes. Hey, you can still run the hell out of them, but if you're buying new, that's the thing. There's no reason not to run the old stuff that still run. I still have SCX102 based stuff that's you're ready to go. So you didn't wash your hands. I'm not licking them either, but I mean, I know where it's been. Play the Beam update yet? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I actually like it quite a bit. Hey, Josh, do you know when the Gray 105s are coming? I mean, constantly. Just keep checking. They could be anytime. Armageddon time. Armageddon time. We need to come up with the Christmas item that we'll draw. I'll eat some Armageddon. I'm going to try and cat it up. We need some sort of Christmas adjacent related type item. I want an original JK body in decent shape. Tony Mazza, he actually got a like in really good shape CRC 2012 Wrangler for like $150. Complete truck. I mean, it looked damn near new. Squints Palidorus. Thank you, sir. $10 for a catheter. Merry Christmas. That I'd still just go silent for 60 seconds as I just be like a face of concentration. Relief. Let's draw the Ripper. Free STL. No. Will not. We'll build something so that I can, and I'll give you guys the model. It can be, let's try and make it something halfway useful for an RC car. That would be the best thing. I paid $200 for a Falcon G6 body in decent shape. I'm not a smart man. My dad fell off a ladder and broke his hip. Damn it. Ooh. Santa's sleigh. I already did a Santa's sleigh. Like a full Santa sleigh deal. Nakatomi Tower. Cole RC. Wait, what? Okay, maybe it doesn't have to be Christmas themed. Let's make it something useful for RC. Some sort of scale bit. I have 2 original silver Jeep bodies in good use condition and 1 unpainted new in package. See, the new in packaged ones had come back out not that long ago. It's been a couple of years now at least. And I was just like, ooh, like, and I never actually picked one up because I paid like $75 for a silver one when the 2017 came out. And I was just like, and then because I just cut it up to make the chassis, I was like, oh, damn it. Interior cage for a convertible. Loki the Cat. Make a pair of loading racks for the hauler. Oh, that's almost like too quick and easy. Xmas tree rack to do Christmas. Tree drag racing. Yes. Design a 124 scale ribbon. Can make a roll cage style Christmas tree. Just a 95 Jeep ZJ. The 3D print would be worth more than the real thing, though. I wouldn't want to do that to the used market. Get the 3D scanner out. We need a 9-inch shot. No. Draw a new exterior for the pistol controller so we can swap out grips with rifle. Oh, that would be rad. There's not much to it there. I mean, there's a lot for this, but like, I see where you're going. Josh's going to be in the boss's office Monday explaining the SCX6 Ripper emails. Except they go to Michael, and Michael's just going to go say to me, like, what the did you talk about? Let's see. I understand that rippers weren't profitable, but do you think a plastic ripper like cage would sell, perhaps custom to order? Could it be a thing? It wouldn't be any. No, if it's plastic, they have to be mass production. That's the whole point, because you're going to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars in molds. Like, the whole point of that is so that it can be mass production. And the whole point of the ripper is because it's aluminum machined, not because of anything else. Explain the SAE hardware on VP wheels. 440 bolts are a little bit better sized with a little bit better thread engagement so that they fit and make the wheels a little bit better styled, all for both the hubs and for the beadlock rings. So 2 mil on the exteriors, not nearly as good as the 164, and the 440 for the hubs, also a better choice than the 3 mils for sizing of everything. And at this point, it's been that way for so long that it's staying. So, RC snow prep for minor snow play. That might be a lot for for just for just this. Ripper Christmas tree ornament. Like making something this small or this big, like it's still about this. Cat Honda 250R for the 3-wheel. And so, but yeah, that is what RC snowblower. I can make just a scale snowblower. There's no way that I could. It's almost appropriate, right? It's the time of year where everyone's freezing their butt off. Have this little scale snowblower, still a scale little snowblower model to 3D print. That's not a bad idea. We're towards the end of the stream anyway. That's where people usually taper off if people hate watching it. But I feel like that's a pretty decent one. Not going to be RC, just a little snowblower. No snowplow, please. No snowplow. Unless you're actually making it like to fit a certain vehicle. Let's see. Hit the like, you goon. Yes, hit the like button first. So I'm gonna keep just focusing on questions. Like that will still be my main priority, is to not alienate everybody. But I'm going to pop this open. Oh, I need to close some of these CAD models so you guys don't see those, because that would give away monthly mayhem pretty quick. So there's that. Be a good way to spoil that one. Close, close, close. Do penguins have knees? I don't think so. Cancel. Don't need to sit. Save. All right. Don't save. That. All right. I'm gonna save this guy, and we can close it. That'll get us to where we need to be. How would you make a Lexan body solid on the chassis without 3D printing? Solid on the chassis. I mean, you're going to have to get to fabricating. That's the only way. You have to fabricate. You're going to need to fabricate body mounts that basically grab the bottom edges and keep them in place so they can't rattle and they can't move back and forth. Yeah, you're just going to have to start fabricating. No, I will not be making an SCX6 snowplow. No, thank you. For one, if you make it for a vehicle, I have to bring the vehicle in, and then you're measuring, and you're checking, and fit. That's a whole different, like, a lot of these things, you're talking about like 4-6 hours of design time. I need something that I can make a scale representation of for 3D printing in minutes, not hours. So, ever have an Axial Ridgecrest? Still have one. Stock one at the office. Still just bone stock Ridgecrest. The original RTR body, the whole deal. And I think that I have a unpainted Ridgecrest body out in my garage right now, because I always kind of liked that body. The Ridgecrest itself was okay. It's just like, you know, AR60 axles were nice on a chassis that had some decent, but yeah, it's you know, nothing crazy. Was that one of the AX10s? So they did call it an AX10, yes, which was part of where the confusion came from, because we had the original Axial AX10, which had AX10 axles under it, which then became the original SCX10 axles. But they were never really called anything different. And then the AR60 axles came out with a name on the Wraith. But then they came out with the AX10 Ridgecrest and Deadbolt, which was very confusing because there was the SCX10 Deadbolt and the and a Deadbolt for Axial had some identity crisis things going on back in the day with some of their models and their naming and where stuff was coming from. Yeah. Best time on BeamNG crawl around the bend scenario. Oh, around the bend one is good because you kind of do that whole ledge. That one is pretty good. I think the Bootleggers one is also very good. Yeah, the Bootleggers one also. It's not nearly as capable a vehicle, but still a great crawl. So, it sounds like you got everything fixed on the PC, Ben, which is good news. I wonder if a Traxxas Telluride front end would be a decent IFS for a crawler. No, the steering on it still sucks. It was kind of thought about back in the day when that came out, because it was, Telluride came out around the time when the Yeti was the thing. And we're like, maybe we could make this thing a better crawler than the Yeti, because the Yeti's not a good crawler either. And it wasn't. The gearing wasn't that great, but it's still, the steering, it's just not very good. Doesn't have a lot of travel. Telluride was pretty short-lived, I think, even. The best IFS is the JDM Models Hero, in my opinion. But aren't the shafts in that thing, the size-wise is pretty decent. And honestly, if I was the best IFS, I think at this point still, even though it is far from perfect and still had its issues, was the Twin Hammers. Diff was pretty decently small. The steering on it was junk. And the shafts had a ton of plunge because of how the knuckle was designed to have the extra clearance. But yeah, I don't know. It's there really hasn't been a lot of good ones as far as it come on scale trucks at all. Like the Yeti, which it was okay, but still had plenty of issues. What else did we have that was worth a damn on a scale truck? You could say the XO, but it's the same as the Yeti, so it doesn't really matter. Telluride crawls pretty good with the Holmes Outrunner. That would help. Some better gearing in general would help. The Twin Hammers came after. Did it come after the Yeti or before the Yeti? I think it came before the Yeti. I've had a few twin hammers. It was just too much work to replace those shafts. It was too much work to do anything in that car. The hardware was made of butter. And Riddle, thank you again. Any idea if RC four-wheel drive wagon wheel beadlocks will mount to Duratrax Deepwood CR C3s without any problems? Ooh. RC four-wheel drive wagon wheels. I think that they will. I don't think that the bead on the Deepwoods was that bad. I think it was a pretty reasonable. It was pretty reasonable for it. It wasn't like the old Pro line. Ooh, the laser nut. The laser nut's not bad. You know, it's got the but I mean, people have some serious shaft issues with the laser nut as well. Yeah, that's Josh, what do you think of the Hitman Fab chassis for the UBT18? I don't think I've seen it. Or if I have, I didn't know the name of it. I mean, I've seen a lot of little flat rails coming out for them. I think they're all going to be fairly similar. I feel like the Twin Hammers is still cooler than the Baja Ray. Oh, God, of course, the Baja and Rock Ray. Those are probably a little bit better than the Yetis. And maybe better overall than the Twin Hammers still. But yeah, pay up, Sucker RC. Thank you. Hi, Josh. Scale Nats rules on hard body versus Lexan. Really, it's just down to thickness, whether it's thick or not. You know, if it's a rigid material and it's at least 0.060 thick, then you can get hard body points. If it's a typical Lexan body, no hard body points. So, yeah. Just run a Rift with a bomber body. Wait, what? Dart. Where is that at? You still got your, oh, you're that from above. I was just reading his actual comment. Would be awesome if they updated the Twin Hammers as a Losi. That's true. If they, I wonder how well, I feel like they could do that. But was it the right size? It kind of was. It was basically an SCX 10 size. 2-speed, you know, the solid rear axle, trailing arms. It was pretty decent all around. Like, let's see. Plus strip screws because they were small hex heads. Oh yeah, that's, I do remember that just being all weird. I did like that they were coarse thread at least, so they were faster pulling in and out rather than machine screws and some of that stuff, because that stuff would just take too long. But that car was just such a pain to get everything off, to get underneath of it, to have to constantly do it. Kyosho Rampage. That's two-wheel drive though, isn't it? Kyosho Rampage is not, doesn't have any front drive. Shotgun a beer or funnel. I do not have any beer in this house. Since you're restocking her, I ordered Trucks Fortune. If I don't get an Ultra Pro, can I at least have purple wheels? There's a possibility. I mean, it is possible. Or you could possibly get purple wheels with an Ultra Pro. You never know. There was some like that. Kyosho Outlaw Rampage is two-wheel. Yeah, two-wheel drive, motor on axle in the rear. Yes, I do remember that. I have pictures of my SCX Tinchona crawling with my buddy's twin. That was a while. Yeah, I remember when I moved out here in 2016, there was still some guys crawling twin hammers. Are the VXD axle parts getting discoed? I don't know. It's hard to say right now. Probably not. No, they're not. I hated my Losi Rock Ray until I changed out everything under the body. What makes a good side hill LCG build? A low center of gravity. If that side hills are all you're worried about, just put sticky tires on a touring car. You know, it's all about finding that that mix, right, of what will side hill well but still do everything else. You know, but otherwise it's just keep making the center of gravity lower. Put straight axles, not portals. Put low transmission as low as possible, tiniest battery possible. You know, if you want to be super like side hill, run the, you know, run shocks in droop mode. Just get everything sucked down and low. Sacrifice ground clearance for it. Will you ever grab a set of West Desert Wheelers cut and shut crawlers? Figure you'd be on that like a fat kid on cake. I actually have made my own before, but actually with high racks, not crawlers, to do the same thing. And he's doing a good job. And if you don't want to make your own tires, it's a great way to go. But also making tires isn't that bad. Like if you ever want to think about doing it, like it's not that hard to do. And so, but it is still a bit of a pain in the butt, and he's doing a nice job. The tread looks good. It's well blended. Looks pretty decent. Did someone say cake? I do love cake. Did I say cake? What did I say cake about? But also, did you see that Proline is releasing a Hyrax that's 5.25 in 5.25 inch tall, 2.2. So same, basically that same size. It's basically the tire that I made before. That I wasn't the first one to make it. I was making it after I saw like Nabil and Scott Manis and those guys run it, who are so, you know, Scott Manis is a SoCal guy. He knows those guys. So I'm sure that's probably where that whole thing came from. Pay up, Sucker RC. Thank you again. Brazing a half cage, but I want to put F9s on a C2X. Oh, I mean, that shouldn't really affect you at all. It should be pretty easy to do one, then the other, whatever. Oh, but the C2X had the SCX-10-1 style axles, so links are your problem. Oof. I don't know if that chassis has the exact same link geometry at the chassis side as an SCX did, though. So it's hard for me to say whether or not you could just, because otherwise I'd be like, you can just buy an SCX-10-2 link set and go from there. Are 2.2s coming back, or do I live in a cave? 2.2s are back. The machetes have already been going up. So yeah, those have already been going up. I watched a bunch ship out today to people. You can check the website and see if there's more in stock right now. If they made a 2.2 and 5.25 other than a Hyrax, I'd be interested. Rift axles on a Capra side hill like crazy. Yeah, I guess just super wide and gets the center of gravity down lower than the portals would be. So possibility. I don't know. I don't think that I would ever want to crawl with Rift axles though. Or I don't want to say ever. It's not the axle that comes to mind when I think about crawling the most. Tim Hunziker, thank you, sir. Let's talk about Falken Tire pulling out of Motors. So I did see that announcement, which was pretty crazy. But I think they only pulled out of Formula Drift and Champ, right? Is that correct? I think that was the press release, or was it? I don't think it was all Motorsport. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought that that's how I read their post. And I wondered, I know Formula Drift has recently been having some controversy, you know, or just like everything, but like, I know there was like some major sponsor that went, I peripherally follow everything as much as I can, but I'm not super knowledgeable on Formula Drift enough to know all the particulars, but I feel like there was a major sponsor that had some stuff that collapsed and then it like totally disappeared. Some drivers who were sponsored by him kind of had to pull out, some stuff like that. So anyway, but yeah, okay, correct. It was just Formula Drift and Champ, which that does not, you know, I can just see that they had to make a statement on something, and I don't know why. Obviously, I don't. Even like, we have worked with Falken on a couple of tires. Like, we're pretty much like, hello, we would like to do this. Is that okay with you? Here's what we want it to look like. Does that look okay to you? And then that's about it. It's pretty limited. They're awesome to deal with, but will Roos ever come back? I don't know. It's like, it's always a possibility. Yeah. All Motorsport. Justin Hall said that they are his title sponsor for Ultra 4. Said they pull out of there as well. Interesting. That's interesting. I wonder what's going on. Are you going to put Falken's new tire on your Gladiator? Maybe. It's definitely a thought. Interesting. I've known Justin Hall for a long time as well. We used to compete in We Rock at the same time. Let's see. Josh, 2 cents on the Kraken Vesla. Any interest? Seems like a big bomber. I don't know anything about it, other than it, you know, solid rear axle, independent front, two-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive? Ooh, I feel like it was two-wheel drive. And it seemed like it looked pretty good, but being IFS, you know, yeah, it is two-wheel drive. Okay. So, you know, it's like one of those things, like, I really don't have I don't have any drive to own fifth scale stuff right now. Gas fifth scale stuff, especially. And so, yeah. How much is Falken's take on each set of tires? I can't tell you guys any of that. Do CCO2 bodies fit the Mini Capra? Close. CCO2s and CCO1s are very similar. Oh, it is electric as well. Actually, I do remember that. But if I line up the rear, you can see that it's like the perfect width, right? But you can also see that with the rear about centered, the front is too short. So you need to extend the wheelbase. So yeah, so it needs about an inch of wheelbase, maybe a little less, to be a proper fit. But other than that, very close. I did a Phoenix with Interceptor rails. Did you have a video on the servo mount you made? I had a time at making the dig servo. Brian, you can go on my website, harleydesigns.com, and you can buy the STL for that servo mount for $1.99 if you want to download it and print it yourself. I also put up the STL for, well, doesn't really, if you're running a VFD twin, I don't know if you are. Oh yeah, you said Phoenix. I also put up the lower portion of the LS3 that I designed. So, the little LS3 block that you can peep under there and see the pulley and all that. That is on there as well for $1.99. Making the big bucks. So, you know, if you're interested in downloading such a thing, can you send out a servo mount of Chibin fiber? No, because it is an STL, and they will not do STLs in laser cut. You need a Dixafef. DXF. For my trucks of fortune, I've ordered a Mamba X and a Holmstubby 2700. What size pinion would you consider for that motor? That's a great motor choice. I would say use the pinion that is included with any of the trucks because it would be a perfect choice for about that kV. So you don't need to order one. What it comes with should be perfect. LS, swap your Dodge to fix everything. I'm putting a twin in my camper. I don't think that the twin mounts are going to work. Probably true. Would you sell the family truckster? Everything's for sale all the time. Everything. They're just toys. I can build another one day. Okay. So, let's see if I... Did it? Yeah, it did. Hey, look, you can see yourselves talking over there. And you can see me, but in a slightly weirder camera. Background removal. This is what my audio software looks like. Microphone, and it shows that. This is where I can adjust the noise removal or turn it off completely. And you can hear all the things that happen in the background. So, Fusion 360 is what I use to... There. Do you feel good seeing yourselves in the chat over here? Look at this comment here. What is this? I feel like I should just read all the comments like this. Over here. I should just look at it and say, okay, so you said... Damn, Portal Cover's out of stock. That was bad. Jesus, it was. Don't worry. They're regular production. There'll be more next week. The nice thing is you don't have to wait for anodizing. Yes, do that. Like, okay, so where is the moon buggy exactly? It's over here, but okay. Yes, do that. Do this exactly. Like, carry your comment. Just none of this stuff is that fancy. This is, I feel like oh, it's like a newscaster. Like when they're talking about the weather and they got gotta see the desktop. What's the wallpaper? Is it clean or cluttered? Ooh, that's a really good question. Actually, you know what my wallpaper is? It's nothing. It is black. There's no wallpaper. He found the loophole in the fact that it shows when a moderator says, I will ban you guys if you do this. Joker 510714. Here, that guy. Designed a bed for the Artful Dodge chassis once you build it. I should do that. I need to do that one as well. How many tabs do you have open? I have... So this is what this looks like. And I have Scale News Update, live stream, and Benchmade. That's all I have. Oh, but I do I have more windows open? Nope. Wait, yes. I have Netflix. What am I watching on Netflix? I don't even remember. What is this? Oh, it blacks it out. That's weird. So you couldn't stream. They're smart. Anyway, this was War. There you go. So that is what you said. Jet Li. Yeah, I know, right? SMRT. Flying cars is what I was watching. Okay. That's a lot of icons. Wait, did I have a lot of icons? Oh, I do have a lot of icons. There you go. Look at all. Just making sure. Yeah, that's and there's definitely more too. So it's actually, I think that's about the end of them. And so, yeah, you're welcome. I feel like you. Yeah. Now we can see how long a lag there is. Oh yeah. So, Up, up there. My hand's cut off, but is it easy to stream Netflix? It's easy to stream Netflix. Use a camera. I guess there's that. If I was trying to. Don't know what chat to. Oh, I could see that. That's all right. Let's. What did we say we were gonna draw? I forgot. We were gonna do a snowblower. How else could I come up with a way to come up with something to stream or to stream to to draw? I want to draw one thing. No longer a band for the oh, it doesn't knock out my can. That's weird. I guess if it's in front of me, it can't. But up there, it's just like, I don't know what to do. I, I understand why your wife needs a night off. No, she wants me to have a night off so I spend time with her. Oh, tonight she's in a couple thousand miles away. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna just look up what a we're gonna do a snowblower. I'm gonna draw a stupid little snowblower like this thing. We're going to let's see. This guy is Nicole still? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it at this point. Let's see. I just need a photo, and then we're going to make the blades spin. I'll make the blades so they can spin if you, you know, do it by hand, basically. Save image as. Nope, not that. Challenge, cut it out of a cube. Oh my goodness, that would be. So basically going to do one that looks that style. Seems right. That will be the one. I need to open image in new tab. Save image. Oh, it's making me do that. Whatever. I'll just leave that one open and I'll put it above so I can see it. Because I need to still have this thing open up here. All right. The whole point, though, is that we're going to eat some Armageddon first. Little Armageddon. And we'll see if I can get... Maybe I'll do... Ooh, that's way too big of a piece. I'll eat a slightly larger piece than normal. This will likely nearly kill me. It's like a quarter. Not, yeah, I'm saying that's a quarter. To approve. Since you guys can already see Gunner's comment, might as well just approve it. My mouth is already starting to water, which is my concern. I'm just quickly glancing here at the, I guess I can make it a little bit resized so I can see it here. It's so hot. Okay, it's 8:45. This is going to be a little bit of the, probably going to go slightly longer than normal anyway because of this, but figure I might as well keep this thing open so I can at least see. Okay. It's really hot already. All right, gonna start on the side plane. And I'm just gonna try and make, I'll say 40 millimeters tall. Oh shit. That's really bad. Oh shit. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, okay. I feel like I almost touched my eye there. Oh, okay. My eyes were watering real bad though. So we're gonna need a hole through the side. God damn it. I drank that water though. I have a sip left. Oh boy. Are you using a trackball? No. Just a regular mouse and keyboard. That's really bad. I'm just going through and adding some random dimensions here. Okay. Whew. What did I miss? I ate too big of a piece of Armageddon. I'm trying to draw a snowblower. Feel very bad about my decisions already. Oh, and my eyes are watering so bad. Oh God. I'm gonna go 5.5 to give it some room. We're gonna say like, oh shit. Uh, 45. That's a. We're gonna say 75. No, total of that. Oh, mouth is on fire. We're gonna put a little bit of radius on that. Oh, shell it out to make the actual. Oh, this is terrible. I feel like we're gonna be able to flex this enough to be able to get it in there. Ugh. Ugh. This is terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm very unhappy about this. I believe there's a coil. Yeah. So shit. So we're gonna make sure that this. I made that, so I need to make it 31. No, 30.5. I'm gonna go the other direction. Oh, my eyes are burning. God damn it. We're just gonna make this a passable thing here. New body. Inside. So that, yep, like that. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I don't have any. I have to go grab a water to make it. No, we're gonna go like 4, something like that. Blades work to the center. Must. Oh, you're right. Okay. 70. We're just gonna go to. It's a good point. Up to the center there. Okay. I still have to be able to get that into the. I don't know exactly how I'm going to make this work yet, but we'll get there. This is terrible. I'm highly uncomfortable. Mirror that. Center plane. Something like so. I'll figure out how to make the center attach. We need to make a cutout in the back of it, right? Back of this thing. Did Matt join at the worst? At the Merry Christmas date? Matt was supposed to be here, and instead we resorted to ridiculous things on the internet that are making me suffer for eating too big of a piece of Armageddon. I'm just going to stretch that up. Not the best drafting techniques, but cut up about like that. I guess we need to move that forward a little more. And of course, we'll share. I'll put this for you guys all to download. For those of you who live in a place where a snowblower seems like something you should have. Oh, I'm very, very, very uncomfortable. And we're just going to project this down. Let's go back. I know I should probably, I don't know if I've ever even owned a snowblower. I just have a general idea of how they work. Extrude that up to there. Not going to join it. New body still. And we're going to just do on the side, we're going to do another chute. I should probably make that whole thing move though, haven't I? The top. So yeah, we're gonna do. Why will it not? Whatever. This needs to be its own. Hi, Chief. Chief's at my feet. It's helpful at the time when I. He's being helpful at least. Yeah, the snowblowers. I just don't know. I've definitely never owned one. I just can't remember if I've ever even used one. I've always wanted to, even though I lived in a place that would have them. I feel like it made my teeth hurt. Like it's so hot, it made my teeth hurt. Ugh. About like that. Tap the top. I feel like that's tall enough. We're going to do a two-sided extrude, uniform, symmetric, whatever. Do 16. Chief knows you're not right. I feel like that's probably true. Oh, the snowblower, my ears are ringing. It's so painful. I know that top of this has a little bit of a kick. I'm just gonna draw that into this rather than have that be a separate adjustable piece. I'm just gonna go like that. Over. Throw a little fillet on there for style. And then fillet those both. And we'll shell that as well. Oh, I need to hide that bottom one. Oh. There we go. About that. Josh, can you stop by the house in Pioneer? I'll let you use the snowblower in my driveway so I don't have to. Oh, yeah. The I say that I remember plowing. Like I plowed snow growing up. It was a thing that we had to do, or shoveled, whatever. But we never really had to do much. Well, like I said, we never owned one, so that made it a lot less. The exit chute pivots so that we need to be mounted some sort of plant. Yeah, that will do there. I think I'm gonna cheese out and make it easier on myself though. And we'll do a 2.6 hole there, and we'll go to that point. Like, yeah, 8 is good. There. I'll just go up plank. Yeah, that many. So just giving it a, it'll technically pivot not on center like it definitely should, but oh, so this part, yes, we still have to shell this as well. So made that through there. But what I need to do as well is make a flange for this, or the where I plan to put the. Oh, I took the bottom out of it, which I shouldn't have done that. But it's also a 3D printed toy, so you can have it at home. Time for more Armageddon. Oh, we'll. I don't know that I have the. If I did that, I'd have to go grab something else to drink. My teeth hurt. And do that. Okay. That up to there. So that adds that. Turn that sketch back on. Cut out. So we have room for screw clearance. That way you can put a screw up through the bottom. Oh my goodness. Josh, it's called intestinal fortitude. Oh, my nose is running so badly. So let's. That and then join that all together. We got that there. Josh, any thoughts on the Kyosho Blizzard 2? I've had a couple of them. I actually had a little bit of an issue though with so they went to that smaller motor setup in the Blizzard 2, and it just didn't quite have the power. It burnt up a little easy on me. I don't know that I can really say I highly recommend. So as cool as it is, I just I don't know that it's the way to go. My teeth hurt. Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled a lawn, dude. Landscaping. Oh, it's a great movie. Okay. The Armageddon has subsided enough for me to start to think with some sort of clarity. We've got the auger at least started. Again, I need to make the webbing. Pretty sure that coil is backwards. Is it backwards? I think you're right as well. Okay, that is not that big of a problem. People want suffering for about that. That mirrors it to that point. No, the coil is good. I don't. Is it good or is it bad? I feel like it. That pivot mount on the chute is triggering. The fact that it's not going to be, it's going to rotate in the wrong place. I know, but I guess it'll just be in here otherwise. Okay. They spin. Coil needs to rotate the other way. We're getting conflicting answers here. I see what we mean on this though, and it bothers me as well that it's not right. So let's see. I think that we can make it correct in the right way. I have an idea. Top down towards the front. It is back. Okay. So that's an easy thing to do. We can just mirror, select it, select the plane, that, new body, hit OK. And then we can take the old one and just hide it. There. Fixed. And we can just remove the old body. So that part's there. We still have to clean it up. I know that. Oh, I really am. Two cylindrical cylindrical tubes should do the trick. What do you mean, two cylindrical to attach it? I just don't. Oh yeah. I'm just wondering if I can do. I have a couple of ideas. We'll see. Crawler Baller. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas, Josh. Thanks for another year. Fantastic content. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thanks for your donation. Much appreciated. I'm still reeling from it. From this jerky, though, because it's still haunting me a little bit. So we're going to go, whoops. Up by 3, new body. That. I have an idea. Attach the chute to the body with 2 cylindrical tools. Flange stop. Body with 2. Not totally grasp. I'm sure that what you're saying is viable. I'm just not fully grasping how you're saying it. I was just going to put it into a bit of a like a track or whatever, not a track, a groove thing. And then I'll have it slide in. And you'll be able to rotate it freely. The inner blower, missing the, oh, there's an inner blower, huh? So it pushes it in, and then there's an inner port blower that blows up. Of course. I definitely was not aware of that, but that makes total sense. I don't know if you guys get an inner blower yet or not. We'll see how I feel about it. I got to look at what the what it looks like. Inner coil that sends it, like, not all have an inner blower. Oh, see, someone's giving me a cop out. They're preparing me. So there's that. So we can go down. We're gonna go new body down 1, other side 2 sides. We're gonna go up 1. And we can join these then, and then I just need to cut it out, right? So that it has the ability to actually slide in. I got heft. I actually need to go. I need to go to the outer section, not the inner. But an impeller of sorts takes the snow and throws it to. That's kind of, yeah. That it makes total sense. Oops. I'm just gonna make this so that I can slide this thing in and out without it being too much of a hassle. Designing for 3D printing is one of those, like a scale accessory especially. It's one of those, it's good enough. And we're going to go down to here. But I can also, instead of just starting there, we can offset down to -2 and just take out the bottom section. And then I can do the top section too. Separately, totally unnecessary. I should have just done it the quick and easy way and stopped. What's Matt always say? Says, quit not fussing about. He says something like that. Fapping around. No, that's one of the other YouTubers I watch. Not fap, like I think he's an English guy. Does a 7mm to 8mm adapter come with the Phoenix kit? It comes with the Phoenix portal, not with the straight, because the straight it doesn't need. By the time you do that, it takes most of it away. I don't like to leave sharp corners when possible because 3D printers don't love it. Not with the builder's mode. That's great. He quit mucking around. Yeah. I can't find it. Look, it comes in the little spare parts bag. Is where, oh, I had it cut away on things that edit. That one and that one. There we go. It's touching right down on it though. I'm gonna need to move that up. Move that up, and then we can pull that face down like 3. Yeah. Fapping around. It's something like that. Faff. I think it's faffing around. That's what like those English guys say. Quit faffing around. I don't know why faffing is the word, but sharp corners and floating edges. Yeah, the thing that all 3D printers love. Go down 2, and that'll be a join. Oh, whoops, I don't need to go that way. I can go the other way. Yeah. Can any of you English tell me what faffing around means? There we go. This should work. I think. I got to look at the interference that I have at the main body, but that's no big deal. Faffing about? Okay. .5, done. In New England, we call a single-stage snowblower a power shovel. You know what? I'll allow it. I like that. Power shovel it is. this is a pointless scale accessory anyway, right? Where did my photograph go? So I need to extend that back. Ooh, I think I already have an engine we can pull from. That is a quality flange right there. This guy engineers. Oh, not right there though. Look at that interference. Failboat. We're gonna pull that about, let's see, yeah, actually, I'll just go. We'll go a little bit inside by 1/2 mil. Then we're gonna pull just that down to there, but we only cut the body that we, and we'll go 2 directions. Go up a little too. See? Oh, I didn't go large enough, but did I cut the right thing? I think I did not. Oh. Oh, I just like got another hit of the Armageddon from somewhere. Oh. It was terribly, terribly uncomfortable. Okay. So, edit that sketch real quick. We'll just make that bigger like that, and then I can go back and edit this sketch. Ah, dang it. Bless him. Oh, I think I can just grab those corners though and hit delete. Delete that face and it'll blend it back in. Engineer's friend, delete face. Only use that when you're being lazy. That sliver stuck between the molars. I literally think that's what it was. Like made my eyes water again all of a sudden. Like, ooh boy. So now we can just grab this and let's extend back 20. Yeah. And if I go to insert, derive, oh, we got to save. Scale accessories, and we'll call this snowblower. Have you tested the length SLW hubs are needed for the new brass portal covers? 350 is the place that I would tell you to start. Barstool Racer definitely had the LS engine. Just drop the LS in there. Here was the Barstool Racer we made back in the day. We'll just grab the old engine. Do we need... Should I grab the wheels? I can't. I'll just grab a wheel. So now we're going to go ahead and move this here, there engine to, oof, we need more length. I guess these are technically a, these are probably a vertical shaft, huh? So we're gonna not do that. But I believe I have a lawnmower. Lawnmower, select. And lawnmower engine. And this even has a spinning little top bit. See the dumb things that we've designed on this? In this, we're gonna go ahead and remove and delete that. Can I just not hit delete? Why not? Whatever. So we're gonna now Move this. We could scale it about a little bit. Ooh, look at that clearance. Fix that real quick. So now we'll use the motor to retain our chute, not just a hat rack. Oh, burping. That was much. So I'm gonna. So I've got one. How did I hold this? Oh, I think the the lawnmower must have had a thing that went up and held. I need to join those quick. Went up and grabbed the spinny bit, on the top of the lawnmower thing. It spins around. But we got the fuel tank and everything already, so this is good. We're gonna be in good shape. Oh, we'll scale up these wheels a little bit. We could add some tread because, slicks. Twin turbos. When's the chute pivots, will it hit the front of the engine case? I can tell you that by grabbing the body, modify our pivot point to be that circle, hit OK, and then right there, we'll go to a worst case, 45 degrees, hit OK, and then we can take and move the body again. Oh, change our pivot. There's fine. Do that. Then we'll add a little something so that it just, yes, Josh, the spinny bit. So, there. Fixed that little guy. We got clearance there. Clearance. We do gotta knock the bottom out of it, as the kids say these days. Like that. I think that's, let's isolate. So we're just looking at that. Okay, that's good, but I feel like that's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll just cut a hole out of it. That is maximized. Maximum effort. Oh, we better go up as well. And looks like I need to cut out there too. Oh, can I just cheat again? Boom, delete face. Again, engineer's best friend. This is going to be the best quickly designed free snowblower ever designed live on an RC channel and distributed from free on my website. All the caveats. 2.5 is what we're going to go with. Grab both of those. 2.5. Somebody give the man a bag of milk. So now that little overhanging ledge there, we should throw a little bit of a fillet on. How much can we add? 3. That gives us a pretty good, truly the best one ever designed live. And he needs some milk. just getting them cleaned up. We're looking okay. Still got clearance everywhere. So far, I think it's the best snowblower I've seen you design. Yes. I like it. Will brass knuckles be included with any of the Phoenix trucks? Not so far, because we just got them done, so it wouldn't be impossible, but maybe not any of the ones that like shipped at least by today. All right, we got that. We got that. This will make retain it. And we can do, did I like key it in the other one, or did I try and make that look like something? Who knows what I was doing there? That's truly hard to try and figure out what I was doing, but it is what it is. Lots of sharp corners. Everything. I must have been in a hurry when I did that, because obviously that's the exact opposite of what I've told you is a good idea. And let's isolate this guy. Isolate. Enhance. Enhance. Take that back. Just checking in, Josh. Totally missed this whole episode. Looks like a sweet sketch, though. Well, this only started about 20 minutes ago. Maybe a little bit more than that now. 30, 45, something like that. But before that, it was a decent episode that I decided I wanted to ruin by trying to do a stupid live design for my own selfish reasons. Ooh, here's what we'll do. We'll do it on here. I'll just project down for a center point. And where does that center point go? I don't know. Okay. And I'm just gonna like make something that I can. Ooh, actually that'll work right there. We're just going to extrude these two corners up, and that'll basically lock this thing in. Perfect. That and that screw hole, we won't have to faff about with this thing anymore. 3.5 and say 8. No, we don't need to go that far. We're just going to go to about there. Pull that down. That too. Boom. You've got 3 different axes of rotation starting from the power source. Lots of gear for faffing. I think you missed the part where this was a 3D printable scale model for useless purposes. But beyond that, I would agree. That just trying to get rid of a couple of those sharp points. So then you're going to be able to screw that there motor in place. And what we're going to do is grab that, project that down. We're going to hit O for offset, go 0.5. And then I'm going to grab a couple of points. Straight to it. Ha, so doing this like that, and these are just going to be, why is that not wanting to go? These are just this little area that I was going to grab so I can extrude up. Which will become our motor chute stabilizer. What do you recommend for this bad boy? RX-8 with a 3100 kV? You know what? If anybody can power this thing up, I'd like to see how many revolutions you can get before it absolutely melts itself to the ground. So that's retained. It can spin, shoot, which spins. We need tires and a handle, which wonder if I go back to the lawnmower. A DRK 160 on a 3.5 turn. Yeah, you know, 6 one, half dozen the other. I'm just thinking if I can take and repurpose something, I sure would like to. Stand her up a little bit more. Snowblowers seem to have a little bit more stand up. I can now see why I can see now why I have a bunch of people designing over my shoulder at work. This is fun and very easy. Like, ooh, why don't you just, I hear Fast A has a bearing kit already. I'm just gonna throw this guy somewhere in there for now. Hit OK. Yeah. Where's John Holmes when we need him? It won't melt if you have snow in it. Duh. Josh, what if you make provisions for bearings for the skinny bit so it won't melt itself? But then if anybody wanted it, they'd have to buy bearings. And you'd still have to figure out like a belt drive. Does this mean Sorka Class 1? I think it would. I used one of those today, Vancouver, Washington. Snow and ice. Ooh, that seems rough. So I got to figure out, I got to delete. Again, we can just grab us some faces. Let's see. I actually don't think that this will work because of how it connects, but oh, shit. I was wrong. It did. So we'll come up with a way for that to get held in place. Are these wheels? I mean, obviously they need some tread, but they're about the right size, yeah? Can we get a yay or nay? Seems like I need a little bit clearance at the bottom, don't I? Like the wheel should be here, but I need to like trim out a little bit of the bottom. I think we can do that. About as wide as the blower can do. This will work. Add portals. Oh, so here's the problem. I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I can feel that jerky being yeah, mad at me about that. Or use the same holes for the wheels to avoid a handle, maybe? That might be a possibility. And just screw it all in as a spacer. Let's see. Let's do... Am I centered? I feel like I'm not. Yeah, I am. Okay. So I think we're on the right track there, like you're saying. But we do need go about there. Sure. Hit OK. Still better than the Craftsman snowblower. I mean, I don't know anything about Craftsman snowblowers, but I can tell already that they may have some issues. Hey Josh, do you still have those Ocean 4 Drive sand tires for this? I do not. I sold that entire box of mystery parts. I said, hey, anybody want to buy an RC4 Drive mystery box? Posted up on my story, and one of the guys out of the Bay Area actually was like, you know what? I feel like taking a risk and hoping that you added something else to it. And I said, maybe I did. And I don't remember what I added, but I added a little something. So we just threw a little shape around there to help retain. Go to there. Seems like a logical point. A little bit of meat there. Let's go to 3. So we need to go out to at least that far to grab the handle. It's going to be easy. Angle that handle back a little. Do you think? Does it need more angle back? I mean, I guess, yeah, sure. So we'll just back up to there. Like that. Yeah. There. Now rolled it forward and it still retained all its bits and info. And I need to not join it because we need to reflect or mirror, whatever you want to call all of that. Like project all of those. 2.6. And we'll just go straight up from here. Back to that spot. There we go. Now I can join those two things. That'll make for that mount. Let's see. What was worse, the mystery box or the... Oh, I don't think Matt is not here. He popped... Or is he still here? I don't... So we got our mounts mirrored. Now we can show the tires again. I'm going to actually delete that tire. I'm going to take and move the... Oh, I already broke the link. Okay. We're going to move that one from that to that. Hit OK. I feel like it needs a little bit of a spacer. I feel like you could also just add a washer behind there and be fine. So I'm going to let you do that. Snowblower. But we still need to make this thing both printable and connected, because at the time it's not. But beyond that, that is pert near a snowblower. Not exactly, or a great one, but if you showed someone a picture of it, they'd say, I think that that's a snowblower. Let's see. So we're going to do a quick cut all the way that way and say 1 millimeter that way. And we're only going to select the auger. Hey Josh, are those slick tires? You know, once you 3D print them, I think that it'll fool you. Because otherwise, can this use bushings? I mean, maybe. I miss Nicole. She's lovely reading all these questions. Oh, I know. To get her to sit through this would have been, that would have been next level difficult. So I'm going to try something. Cancel. I'm going to see if I can don't think that this will work, but no, that it is not happy about that. Why not? On the foot where it says Craftsman, you need to put Harley does. Where does it? Oh, up on top. Yes. Why is this not? Okay, there we go. I still need to text. There we go. From here to here. We say HD and we go to impact, centered, and Robert, your mother's brother. Negative 0.5. Whoops. There's that part of it. Power shovel, snow cutter. So we are able to attach that. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I didn't add the attachment there for this guy, which needs 2.6 by 8. I think that this will still work. There up. Needs to have clearance for the mower engine, mower spinner. Take that off. Can I still get this guy out? It goes back to there. Nope. Cannot. So you're not, I guess you're not getting. We're gonna edit. That, and we're just cutting down. You just run a long screw. Loosely fit. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Oh my god. I think I have made my head hot. Snow disturber. Beach. Okay, we got those things. That is attached. I just have to figure out the auger and get it all uploaded. But I'll get that done and I'll get this uploaded tonight. So if you want yourself a new handy dandy snow blower, you can go to my website, harleydesigns.com. I'll put this, there's a store area where I have like the files you can buy to download and 3D print. But there's a link on the front page that says like free CAD files that'll take you to my Thingiverse. That's where I'll put this. So there you go. I hope that somebody prints it. If you do, tag me on Instagram so that I can put it. I have like a little highlights thing at the top of stories of people who have made the things from when I was doing this show quite a bit. So cut out the front of the ring so you can install the chute backwards and then turn it on. Wait, what? Cut out the front of the ring. I don't know what you mean. Has to be purple. What? Are you liable if I destroy my printer? Yes. No, I'm not. This will be good and printable. Maybe I'll even print it. I could load up the file tonight. So, there you go. That was the end of our stream tonight. There's how many people? We still had a decent amount of people who hung around. What do you know? Definitely down for more live CAD here. Well, if you watch that in extreme fast forward, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. Beyond that, oh, I need to join bodies. Bam. Ow. Night all scale points. Yes. How does the blade attach? I'll get that. This, I think you'll be able to like just kind of force those out a little bit and get that blade to pop in, I think. If not, I might be able to just pull these sides in a little bit more. Give it a little bit more room so you kind of go one way then to the other. But I'm going to get some stuff attached so that these things can all, so that they don't go crazy. Ooh, I've got a plan. I was stalling because I didn't have a plan yet, but I just came up with my plan. I'm going to go up to, say, that. Just, I don't know why that doesn't look right. Something like that, 16, yeah. I'm going to add some ribs that come out, out, out. Catch it. Catch 1, 2. If I do I think it's in my, I do this on there, and there's specifically a thing where I can, maybe it's on mesh, sketch. I gotta find but I can basically project the surface that I need onto that. So intersect. So we're gonna intersect that. Hit OK. Yeah, that's what I needed. Boom. All right. Just joined. What is this? Tillers of Fortune next month? Any purple? It is a bit of Tillers of Fortune. It was some live CAD. And it was totally unnecessary. I'm well aware. But the we made a 3D printable snowblower for all of you in the frigid cold temperatures to keep your 3D printers busy, to heat your homes. That is why. That is what I came up with. It's all together. But I'm going to do it this way, and then And we're just going to go like 2 sides, symmetric, total. I can do that, and then I can pattern that around and then move them a little bit just to get it all connected. It's going to be a bit of a bitch to print, but it'll be the easiest, freest snowblower you have. So anyway, all right, I'm out of here. You guys have fun. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the Christmas special, which comes out on Christmas, if you could believe it. Have fun. We'll see you guys later. I gotta get something to eat. Goodbye. Oh, I gotta end the stream. That's what I have to do.